I'm fucking you go.
Cutting that part out. Cutting that out of the recording. All right. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of BOLARIUS. In the previous session, our crew was able to obtain all the supplies and resources they needed to get their ship back up and running. They enlisted the help of a very nice Minotaur carpenter by the name of Bobbert, who was willing to help the stranded whalers get back up into the air. Taking what they could of the whale that they had slain previously, they loaded up their ship with supplies and headed southward to the capital city of Corsinest. Upon landing, the crew filled out some paperwork, renaming their ship to the Arabiscuit and their crew to the Doughboys. After a celebratory exhalation of joy upon creating their new name, the crew was approached by a particular merfolk pretending to be a dockhand and offering to gamble for the crew's cargo. Quickly seeing through the disguise, the crew tentatively agreed to the deal, upon which the merfolk offered to meet them in the middle of the night on a wharf in the dock area. But that is about where we left off. Everybody is now in the capital city of Corsinest, larger than the other previous locations you've been to, with a nice population size of about 6,000, and the hometown for a lot of you, actually. But here we are in the dock district with the Arabiscuit, still a little bit banged up, still not completely serviceable, but able to fly. And we will launch into your first session in the capital city. So as of now, you are all free to go forth on your adventure in the capital city as you choose.
Very nice. Oh yeah, let me drag my boy on there.
Yep. There's people moving around. It is about late afternoon. People here in the docks area are facilitating the coming and going of different airships. You see cargoes being loaded and unloaded off to different areas within the town, as well as different officials and census takers kind of recording the goings-on.
So, what did we want to do?
What did we want to do?
Just
Good question.
I mean, we got to get this ship, I guess, back into perfect shape.
I didn't realize I was muted, sorry.
Yeah, I was wondering.
So, I was thinking about that guy who definitely wants to rob and jump me. And, you know, I gotta make sure that merfolk like him aren't messing up our reputation around here. So I was thinking we should probably go to some kind of authority figure. If not, just, rough them up ourselves.
Right.
I don't want to be no snitch.
I mean, I get you. We could go to the authorities, but I don't know. Do we just say this guy's being shady?
We wouldn't be the first person being shady in the world.
Yeah, you're right. So, option B, jump him ourselves.
We murder him.
Murder him, kill him in the streets, cold blood. Dump him in the river.
Well,
he's a merfolk, so what if he survives?
Yeah, true.
Well, the whole point of dumping him in the river is when you stab him a bunch of times, then the blood gets drawn out from the water.
Have you done this before, Aldrich?
No.
Pretty experienced.
What are you talking about? You're crazy. This ain't crazy things.
Are you gaslighting me?
You know what? If that's how you feel, go ahead and feel that way, but it's not what I'm portraying to you. So
Well, before that's this evening. We do need to fix the ship. Um, find the crew. Does anyone know how many crew members we're going to need besides us? I'm not
Well,
sure.
Are we recruiting people?
I don't know. Do we need extra crew members? I'm not
And those
sure.
people will
I
be
would think so.
annoying.
I would
Yeah, I
say we
thought it
need
would
like
be
one or two
handy.
people.
Yeah, I don't want to clean the toilets.
True.
True.
We need little bitch boys who can do our
There's
bidding.
toilets on the ship?
I'd assume there are toilets on this ship.
I usually just plop down on the railing and shit off the dock.
Oh,
Kinda what I
fair.
was
Or shit outside.
I was wondering what hit me when I was growing up.
It's just payment. It makes you feel like you're truly a bird in the sky. And you can shit on the passerbys below.
So free.
We should also
So
probably
free.
tell our captain's family of his untimely demise.
Oh yeah, rip that guy.
Oh yeah.
Because we kind of have his ship. I don't want to just be like,
That's
hey,
true.
he died.
Hopefully-
Thanks for the ship.
Yeah,
But what if they ask for it back?
Yeah.
well, we're obligated to give it to them, right? Or we could just run
Then
the
we
pirate
just kill the
life.
whole family.
Let's not do
Well-
all of that.
I mean,
We can politely refuse and say that he wanted us to have it in his dying wishes.
there we go. That'll work. That covers all the bases.
Yeah, and if they ask about the family heirloom sword, then we dropped
We
it.
tell them
Yeah, but we fell out of the
exploded in the fire.
sky. We fell out of the sky. The sword was lost. That type of
Yeah,
thing.
bada bing, bada boom. Flip flap.
I mean, so let's put that as like the second thing we do. I say first things first. We need to make sure resources are in order.
Okay, how do you mean?
Yeah.
We need rations. We need.
Oh yes, food. Yeah.
We got fuel. We got oil.
No.
We got sheep product.
Yeah, could use some more food.
Yeah, we definitely need.
I often did the shopping for my family's inn, so I could go looking for where I usually go in the market to buy some food for
You're
the ship.
a bargain hunter.
I also might want to go to the market with you because I want to get some herbs and spices I can use for my medical practices.
All right, all right.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty nice.
Currently, I'm
Oh,
running on
okay.
only magic, and that's not reliable.
Magic. You're a magician.
Hey, dude, watch this. I conjure flame right in front of. What's your character's name?
Yo. Oh, Cornelius.
Cornelius's eyes.
Yo. It's like my magic bag. I mean, my very regular bag that I happen to stuff my whole life into.
Can I fit in that bag?
You can try. I don't think so. You're not an object. Unless you want me to
Can be.
objectify you.
I can be.
Whore.
Whoa.
Whoa, strong language.
I mean, cut that part out of your recording.
All right. Well, it seems like marketplace is in order.
Yeah.
How much
fun. Field trip?
extra do you think we need to get this ship back to? I guess lumber is our main thing. Yeah,
$2.
$2. Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like it was like 500 pounds of lumber. I could be wrong. I know someone quoted us last session.
Something like that.
That sounds about right.
It
I mean,
was
we never kept them extra in case we.
it was
get into a
Bobbert,
crash.
right?
Yeah, it's
Bummer.
Bobbert. Well, I mean, we do have quite a bit of whale oil. Almost 3,000 pounds of it that we could sell. And we also have 6,000 pounds of whale product. Because
These are all things that we could manufacture into money, cold hard cash.
Yeah.
What else could we use the whale product for other than distilling it into oil?
as a trade resource or as food rations. I don't know.
You can also use it to make charms and trinkets if you want to.
That is a good point, God.
Okay, well, sounds like the order of operations is going to be going to the market, grabbing food, maybe trying to find some employees, and we could round it all off with checking out that wharf for the shady merfolk.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So me and Aldrich are going to be buying food supplies and his herbs. Are the two of you wanting to try to look to sell our product? Is that what you meant by that?
Sure, we could look to sell. We could also
I'm
look
not
for
exactly
a
sure
hand.
I'm not sure I trust Kai with the sales portion, considering he gave up whale product for some blueberries.
Well,
Man.
he knows now
He's
the
learned his
price.
lesson.
He did not know the price of the whale product then.
He read up on it, right? Right?
Maybe you should leave the book with me just in case.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. We are all due to this.
Are you able to open that book, by the way?
Am I able to open it?
It requires 50 experience in reading.
Which book?
Menek Hubar's Guide to Basic Prices.
Oh, you can you can show it to him, but currently you're the only one that owns it.
How do I show it to him?
I just click show to player, so everybody should have it pop up.
Nice.
See it, bro.
So you don't see it?
No. Where am I supposed to see it?
Okay, I'll just
Third
add,
eye.
just gonna add it to people's inventories
Oh,
for now.
recruiting?
There.
Oh, there we go. My boy Manny Q bar.
6 gold a pound.
So I can sell all
Ah.
my salty tears.
Good luck finding a customer.
Thanks, God.
Okay. I think I understand the prices now. Thank you.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
All right, I'm trust you. Well, let's get going, boys.
Yes. Let's get
Sounds
going.
like a plan.
Alrighty.
I should probably bring some cargo to sell then.
Did somebody man the fort? Do you think we'll get raided?
Say again?
It's like, do you think we'll get raided? Should somebody man the fort? Or these guys look trustworthy? They got us right.
Our captain will stay. He's still asleep in the
Okay.
Oh, right. Yes.
bottom
it's-
decks.
Our
True.
new captain.
Crumholtz might.
Indeed, Krumholtz is
Krumholtz
more than
sneezes.
enough.
I guess I
There we go.
never. And I don't know if it affected Alex, but there was a lot of forest fires in BC, so I don't know if that affected him at all.
You see Krumholtz opens up one of the cabin doors and gives a sleepy wave. I'll make sure everything stays topsy-turvy over here. Absolutely. If my name isn't Mr. Krumholtz.
So
Thank you,
reassuring.
Krumholtz. Who is this the man who gave us the name of our shit or gave us the paperwork?
That is the aged gnome individual who is the basically official for this portion of the docks.
Okay.
The paperwork handler. The lambskin sheet handler, I suppose.
Sheet handler.
Paper is too expensive.
Yeah, fair. Paper doesn't exist.
It exists, it's just expensive.
Doesn't grow on trees.
Ha!
Um,
Ha!
Have you seen a tree? You have not seen a single tree.
Have we not seen it? Yeah, we have not seen a tree yet, huh?
But yes, this man is here if you have any questions regarding the area or the ships or the docks. If you do have any.
Excuse
have
me,
a question.
sir.
Okay.
Well, yes.
would you happen to know where there's a market around?
Oh, if you take the central street here and just keep following its way, it leads right into the main markets if you're looking to transport your goods.
Just straight ahead, huh?
Well, it's the easiest path if you're trying to move goods from a ship into the market.
You make a lot of good sense, smart buck you are.
Thank you, sir.
I give him a light pat on the head and I keep moving along my way.
It's very, very patronizing.
I know.
You say I know to this man as we walk by?
He nods back. Doesn't say much, just doing his work, tallying marks on his sheet. But yeah, you all continue on into the city proper, into the markets. You see Corsinest, being one of the major cities in Bolarius, is a little bit more developed than some of the other areas. Streets are paved with cobblestone. There's a decent amount of activity of both people walking around and also enjoying themselves. The buildings here are stone with clay shingles. So, and surprisingly, there is a decent amount of wooden architecture here in an area that can support such a thing. But for the most part, it looks to be pretty busy. You see people hauling goods to markets. You see inventors' workshops lit up with whale oil lights. And you see people just kind of going about town. It seems that in a large city like this, there's just about a shop for everything. So especially here in the market district, any sort of marvel or peculiarity shouldn't be too hard to find.
Nice.
Is there anything you're looking for?
Would you happen to have compiled at least a short list of diseases?
Of diseases?
Mm-hmm.
There are diseases around.
Happy Ebola.
That's unfortunate.
You do not have a list.
Okay.
Is there a common knowledge of like common diseases?
There is a common knowledge of common diseases. If you
Like
see a
Ebola.
disease that would be common knowledge, I will make sure to tell you such.
Okay.
Pestilence.
Well, here actually, I'm gonna
Is that a huge
think about
swan?
this for a second.
Is that a big old swan? What is
It's
that?
an egret.
Oh,
It is nesting on the rooftops.
why is it so big?
You see, Luca, you see Cornelius kind of looking up at the rooftops, and you see what is clearly a spear hunter egret up there that you have fought before.
Oh, the same one?
No, probably not the same one. It seems a little bit far for it to travel, but there is one up there. It looks like it's nesting.
Cornelius, I would be careful of those things. They are quite, their beaks are quite sharp.
Understood.
Yeah. Also quite territorial, so if you go up on that roof, he might tell you to fuck off.
I might not come back. All right. Good to know. Good to know. He's quite the large guy over there.
True. I'm gonna, I guess, look around for me. I'm gonna look around for like food stalls and stuff where I can start to buy food storage for us.
Yeah, that's easy enough. You do see that there's various, some people have market stalls where they're peddling wares, and then there's actual buildings for wholesalers, as well as, grocery stores and corner markets with candy bars, that sort of thing. But there are decent, like, bulk wholesale stores for travelers and caravans, especially closer to the dock area for people to resupply.
Yeah, I'll go look at those then.
All right. And what are the rest of you looking for?
I'm currently looking up, contemplating a variety of
Looking up.
different like herbs and healing items that I can obtain in a world such as this. I'm just thinking of different things I'll need in the future. I'm trying to
Here's
decide
a
what's
list
the
of
most
herbs that
important.
might be valuable to you.
Ah. Wait, where did it
That's
go?
useful.
Is it in? Oh no,
Guess I'm
not
just chilling, bro.
prep stuff. Load.
Luca is heading off to the wholesaler. Then is anybody going with him?
Yeah, I'll go with him.
All right.
don't
I
know.
wanna
Oh,
I wanna hang around where I'm at
Mhm.
and look around for any groups of strapping men who may be able to assist us in our travels.
You see that there in the city of Corsinus, there is no shortage of strapping men. Especially in the midday here, plenty of laborers are going about their daily duties. That being said, most of the people here look like they are preoccupied with day-to-day tasks. You do see that there seems to be like occasionally a group of men on a park bench enjoying some pipe weed or something similar. But I mean, if you're looking for perhaps crew to hire, I mean, it's a city street with people kind of doing their daily thing.
Gotta look
See.
for the Workers Guild.
Is
If you-
that a thing, a workers guild?
I don't know if that's an actual thing.
Not really. There's not really enough people to have something like a guild or a union or any sort of thing. Most people work independently. When it comes to negotiations for that sort of thing, there's not really too many institutions to negotiate against. So it's a lot of one-off transactions. If you want to look for some potentially suitable individuals, you could roll me a perception check.
Okay, I think I'll try that. And if it doesn't work out, I'll just find the closest tavern.
You come work for us now.
Perception.
Ooh.
Oh, 21. With a 21, I will say that you see hanging out on the porch of one of the corner stores, you see what looks to be several kind of average laborers hanging out, enjoying what looks to be a break. White tunics, work pants, heavy boots, stubbly beards, and mutts and chops, kind of laughing and enjoying their average day. Looks to be about three of them.
All right, I'd like to approach these gentlemen.
Yeah, you approach those gentlemen. We're gonna fade the black. Luca, you go to the wholesaler
yes.
with Aldrich, and as you walk inside, you can already smell the sense of burlap and grain wafting through the air, as well as the unmistakable pungent smell of sheep as you step inside. And you see this area is very much so kind of like a raw supply store. There looks to be various crates and bags full of goods for people to buy and use on their journeys. It looks to be pretty empty. There's a few other people shopping around, but the huge building is mainly just manned by one individual at the counter. It looks to be a dwarf with a nose ring.
I'll walk up to him and be like, "Hello there, sir. I'm looking to buy some supplies for my ship."
Okay, you looking for anything in particular, or I mean, you could just look around?
Oh, we're just looking for food rations at the moment. If you could point me in the direction of where that might be.
I'll do. He points down the hall.
All right.
Yeah, you and Aldrich follow his instructions, and you do see that there's various boxes made out of what look to be cheap wood, and they're full of various dried goods, including lots of nuts, bins
Ooh.
full of dried jerky, that sort of thing, as well as various, flatbreads, dried breads, hardtack. So a lot of non-perishable goods, especially in a store like this, and especially in Corsinest.
How many days of food do you think we should carry at a time, Aldrich?
How many what?
How many days of food do you think, on average, if we're each eating 2 pounds a day?
I think we should have at least, unless we want to be grabbing food at like every turn, we should probably have like 10 to 15 days worth of food on us,
Yeah.
Because if it takes us, 5 days to travel somewhere, then we'll be eating our rations. And if we say have like 5 days of rations for this example, then we'll eat our rations, then we'll have to find a market, buy our food, rinse and repeat for every new place we go to. It'd be nice to just have food out of the way for a little bit.
Very true. We also have to consider, I just thought about this. I was thinking about the rations for the 5 of us, but we also have to consider if we hire a crew, rations, feeding them as well.
Exactly.
What how much does this all cost, like, for one box of this type of stuff?
So I mean, they're just like bins where you pour them into a burlap sack and take what you need, like pour bins at the store. But you see that there's a price marked. It says where, yeah, you see it's going for about 4 silver a pound. Sorry, 4 silver for 2 pounds here.
4 silver for 2 pounds, so that's at least one ration for a person for full silver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4 silver for 1 ration, basically, here at the general wholesaler.
Okay. So, I mean, with the money I have on me, I can buy about 36 rations. But I don't have a lot on me. Maybe it might be best to sell all our product and come back with more money once we know, how many people we have, and more money.
I mean, I have, let me look at my monies. So I have quite a bit from our endeavors over in, what was it called? Not Coronest. We're in Coronest. Help me out.
Wait, what? Oh, when we were oh shit.
You went back to the ship, and we went to a town.
Yes.
Wonderful little town.
You
know what I'm speaking.
Yeah, I know. Why do I forget what it's called too?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't remember that town, but I know what you're talking about.
Well, as long as you get the subject. But I made some money back then. I have about 255 silver currently.
Okay, I have 150. We could.
How about we buy enough rations for 5 days for everybody?
Okay.
Which would be 4 silver a piece, 1 ration. We eat 2 rations a day. That's 8 per person.
No, don't we only eat 1 ration a day? We eat 2 pounds a day. But that's equal to 1 ration.
Gotcha. Okay, so 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20. 20 times 5, 100 silver.
It only costs 100 silver?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I can buy that.
Oh, please, let me help. Let's go 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50. And I was thinking maybe after, since we decide to name ourselves the Doughboys, I might go buy some supplies to make some pastries or something. Might be fun.
I am all for that. In fact, I would actually invest some of my money into making more pastries.
Yeah, first let's buy this then.
Of course. Here, I hand over 50 silver to you.
All right. I guess I'll just take a mixture of like jerky and other things, nuts and whatnot, equal up to about 100 silvers worth, and take it over to the front counter.
Alright, so you're buying 25 rations?
Yes, sir.
Alright. That'll be... What'd you say, 150 silver?
100.
40.
100.
Oh, 100.
Yeah, 100.
Alright, that'll be 100 silver. Alright. Thank you very
Alrighty.
much.
Thank you.
And yeah, you will
Appreciate it.
purchase a bag with 25 rations, which is now updated on your spreadsheet.
Sick.
Hooray. Oh yeah, and it updated right away. So that's good.
And sir, I'm looking for a variety of herbs that I can use for my medical practices. Do you know where I could find this?
Well, there's an apothecary on the 5th Street. If you're looking for spices, we got some of that here.
I'm more looking for herbs. Thank you.
There's a general hospital on the 8th Street.
Sounds good. I'll check out 8th Street, you said?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, I'll check that out. Thank you.
Take care now.
Alright.
And you guys leave the wholesaler. In the meantime, Kai, you're approaching these three strapping middle-aged men. The three of them, they're all humans. And as you approach, they kind of finish up whatever conversation they're having, and one slaps the other's arm as you kind of come up to them. They all,
Good afternoon, man.
good afternoon.
How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Good, good. Well, sorry, I should introduce myself. My name is Kai, and I'm part of a crew of whalers that recently docked. We just got our first kill, believe it or not, and we are gearing up for our second expedition. I was wondering if anyone was free for hire around here?
Oh, one of them chuckles. I thought you were going to be one of those isolationist folks coming and talking to us. We actually just finished up a stint out in the field, so I suppose we are free. We're free, right, boys? Yeah.
That's great. All three of you?
Yeah, well, we stick together.
That's awesome.
My name's Baldwin. He reaches out with a very rough, calloused, large hand, about the size of half your face.
And I will shake it gratuitously. It's nice to meet you, Baldwin. So I have a crew of 4 others that make up our ship right now, and, well, I suppose 3 might be the perfect number. You guys are all looking for work, right?
Well, we ain't doing too much else, just spending our wages. So, yeah, I suppose if you want to hire us, Captain Kai, we'd be down for it. How much are you offering?
Oh, well, we're not set up to give an offer yet, but I'll take note that you guys are interested, and maybe we could meet up at a later time this evening?
Yeah, we tend to play darts at Twilight's Dream on Tuesdays.
Twilight's Dream. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, I'll make sure that myself and maybe at least one other of my crew can come and meet you guys there later. But before I head off, I wanted to ask if any of you guys have experience on a whale ship before.
They kind of look at each other. We all spent some time working on the docks for a couple stints, moving luggage to and fro. I think Erwin spent some time here on a mailing ship, didn't you? Yeah, but not too much experience, no.
Okay, well, I don't think that should be a problem. Really what we're looking for is the attitude, and you guys seem to have it.
Oh, well, it's very kind of you to say.
Don't mention it. So, it was nice to meet you, Baldwin, and the other two.
Yeah, this is Erwin, and that's Dunkel.
Baldwin, Irwin, and Dunkel. Got it. Okay, well, I will meet you guys at, what was the name of that place again?
Twilight's Dream. Good joint.
Twilight's Dream. All right, I'm looking forward to it. I'll talk to you guys later.
All
Are there
right, Black
vampires
Captain.
and werewolves?
I'm not gonna correct them that they think I'm the captain.
In the meantime, Cornelius, are you doing anything?
Not currently.
All right. Then, as you finish up your conversation with the three laborers, Captain Kai, the other two, Luca and Aldrich, leave the next building over with a couple of armfuls of burlap sacks.
We we bought a couple days of supplies. This is just to start. Maybe once we sell some product, we'll be able to buy proper in bulk and get us ready to go.
Yeah,
Alright.
that sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. We definitely have product to sell. I was thinking we get rid of some of the whale oil. We got 3,000 pounds of that.
I wanted to head out and check out this apothecary that the salesman mentioned.
All right. Before you guys wander off, I wanted to catch you up. I just met 3 nice gentlemen right over there, like a few feet behind me, and they seem ready to work for us. They don't have much experience, but they definitely have experience with working.
Can I do a perceive human or
Perceive
Not
human.
the human perception check.
or human
What do you mean?
perception?
Is that a
Oh
thing?
wait, that's not a thing.
Is
You
that a
mean
thing?
like insight? You mean?
Yeah. I want to do insight and see
I get
if
it
these guys are
because in
legit.
Cyberpunk it was
Yeah, it was
It was human
Yeah.
perception. That's why.
I mean, like you want to do insight on the three gentlemen hanging out at the corner
See if they're
store.
trying to.
Yeah. I don't trust
Sure.
them.
How shady are they?
Go ahead and make.
Oh God. Okay.
They're
10.
trash.
I mean, they look like completely normal people,
Oh,
average
As they
humans.
should.
hmm.
I don't know, man.
All right.
So
I'll
you're cool
keep
with
watch
it?
on 'em.
They pass your check?
Yeah, for now.
The shits test.
So, I suppose I could ask this now. How much were you guys willing to pay for, say, 3 men's labor?
3 months labor, eh?
A for labor.
What is the going? Do any of you know the going rate for whalers or whalers' hands is?
10 shillings an hour. I do not know the going rate.
Do I have any insight on what like a day rate wages?
Yeah, you would know this because you've spent time in the service industry, and you've, had to work with many of folk and done some odd jobs yourself. The average rate for service from an untrained hireling is about 2 silver a day.
Okay.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Mm-mm. We're gonna need to keep them fed. So
Yes,
say-
I did the math real quick. So we will need hold on, let me just check. 960 silvers worth of rations for 30 days for us plus them. I think if my math is
Okay,
correct.
okay. What roles are we trying to fill with hiring new people? I'm all for it, but
I was thinking, someone to aim the harpoons.
Us boy. And it's
So-
here.
Yeah, since this is kind of important, so basically you do need a certain number of people to just keep things working on your ship. However, your average hireling isn't going to participate in whaling combat unless you explicitly want them to,
That's
but
fine.
they can do it. But they're more
Okay.
working in the background,
Alright.
keeping the rigging going and the engine broken,
Yeah.
non-broken.
So, like, they're
Nice.
doing, like, maintenance?
We
type
need a new
stuff?
helmsman.
Swabbing the decks, keeping things clean, emptying the toilets,
Dick.
making sure everything's not broken, making sure that, and helping you guys out in your tasks if you need it. For instance, running a kitchen for an entire ship is very difficult for one person.
Mhm.
Hmm.
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, Luca, how do you do it?
Do what?
Oh yeah, run a kitchen by yourself. I was
Oh,
just thinking to myself. Never mind.
I do not run it by myself. I have my family's help.
Okay, well, if we want to offer him 2 silver a day each, that seems affordable. I've got runs
What?
through my pockets. I've got 164 silver on me.
Why don't we get our product unloaded so we have an idea of what our budget is? You know,
Good idea.
because then we can repair the ship with the money, and then we can see what we have left over for rations and, how long we can support them on aboard their ship.
Sounds like a good plan to me. So, we headed back to the ship.
Yeah, we'll drop these.
I wanted to head to the list.
Oh, right. You know what?
Yes.
If you guys want to head back to the ship and get the other stuff, I'll give you these rations, and I'll go with Aldrich to the herbalist.
Sounds good.
Do you want to take the rations in your bag?
Oh yeah, my magic bag of. Holding.
The science bag.
Oh yeah,
Bill Nye
true.
the Science
Yes,
Bag.
you have not yet explained that trick, but it's quite cool.
But yeah, it's a party trick, man. I never reveal my hand.
That is fair.
So 2 people are going to the apothecary and 2 people are going back to the ship. Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. So Aldrich and
Me. Okay.
Luca.
Okay.
You guys go ahead and you head down the street following the dwarves' instructions to go find the apothecary. And Luca, you've lived your entire life in Corsinest, and I believe Aldrich, this is a little bit new to you. However, you are able to easily enough find the store that the dwarf was mentioning without getting lost. And before long, about a 4-minute walk, you stand in front of a small building, stone, with a signpost that simply reads "The Spitting Sheep," and has a picture of like a
That's spinning.
Spitting sheep.
like a medical textbook, like cut in half. You know the ones, a graph
Oh,
of a
okay.
sheep.
Yeah.
But you're able to step inside, and as you do, a small bell rings, and it looks like there's a few people buying things at the counter. A shop such as this, you can immediately smell perfumed herbs and different plants and tinctures kind of wafting within the confines of the store. There's wreaths of garlic hanging from the ceiling. There's bushels full of dried herbs of all sorts, and along the back wall behind the counter there is shelves with different colored containers, different glass bottles of oils and medicines, and standing in front of them looks to be a relatively young lady in a velvet smock who is currently ringing up a customer. She appears to be she's a furbolg.
Herbold.
So she's got those nice cow ears and a purple tint to her skin. Looks pretty warm and friendly.
As we enter the shop, you see Voldek's eyes light up like a kid in a candy shop, and he takes in a huge whiff of everything around him. Ah, Daddy's home. And he starts frolicking around looking for the things that he had pondered about earlier. And he gestures to Luca to come with him as he tries to find all odds and ends that he's been so looking forward to buying.
So, what do you need all this for, actually?
Oh, okay, get this. So, I heard that Blackroot in large amounts can paralyze somebody for life. Okay? So, I mean, there's tons of shit you could do with that, right? And then I just want to know, like, is it reversible? Is it permanent? Like, are they gonna have to be hauled around by a manatee their entire life? What's going on with that? But if you get the smallest amounts into your bloodstream every day over the course of a month or two, you can become immune to poisons.
Are you sure? Are you sure you can become immune to poisons?
I am like 90% sure that you can become immune to different kinds of poison. God, it would be a dream if they had some of that here.
So
Uh,
is your intention with this to get this black root and then become immune to it because you don't want to get poisoned by your enemies or something, or you just want to? It's just a curiosity.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be immune to poisons? Think of the type of scientific discoveries I could make, like in healing and in revitalization, if I could poison myself.
Well, wouldn't you just be immune to only black root then? If that's what
Oh.
you're ingesting.
No, no. You see. Oh, wait, no. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Blackroot is used for a meal.
So,
I
oh, that
believe
is.
you're looking at, no, I mean, Blackroot does cause paralyzation.
Um, if I'm reading this correctly, uh, would it be all right, breaking character for a second, if I just had a general knowledge of these different herbs using the link you gave me?
Yes, the descriptions in this link I gave you, it should suffice for the average quality of each herb. But
Mm.
like not a 1-to-1 ratio, because obviously we do not have the Underdark, which is where Blackroot is from.
Aw,
But
man.
as far as effects go, yes, it should be pretty comparable.
We don't
Okay,
have the
okay.
Underdark.
We do not have the you don't want to have the Underdark, okay?
The drow are chilling down there. Cool guys.
Cool dudes, those right?
There's no Underdark because there's no elves.
Rip.
Oh, fair.
Um. So, in general, though, I'm really trying to get my hands on some blackroot. That seems really interesting to me. But
Alright.
in terms of general herbs that I would want, I want to find some blood purge for whenever you guys happen to, you know, get some kind of toxin in your body. I want mugwort, some winter's herbs, and tonender.
And all those last two you mentioned, what do those do?
Well, Winders, I can make a beautiful cup of tea that'll actually heal wounds from the inside.
That is, I've never heard of that before. That is quite interesting.
A lot of what I'm trying to do here is save myself some trouble by being able to heal you guys on the fly without wasting one of my spells on petty little injuries.
Right. I understand. Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, yeah. Let's look for these then.
Mm-hmm. Aldrich begins to take a look around and see if his shopping list is included in the stock at this shop. He's looking behind the counter and generally
Yeah,
just
for
waiting
sure.
for this lady to be free.
I mean, while you're waiting for her to free up what she's doing, you do see in various bushels around the tables and hanging from the ceiling, there is plenty of mugwort. That is a pretty staple one. You do see there is blood purge, little tiny, almost looks like, I'm gonna say bay leaves in a
Mm-hmm.
smaller container. You do not see any black root. You do see a decent amount of Windnor's herbs, and it just kind of look like an assorted bunch of different small flowers and leaves, but they're labeled as such. And you do see kind of near the front in a very small container. There is a small basket labeled Tonender, and it's almost empty, with what looks to be, if you had to guess, tree bark.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, God, I don't know the pricing on these things, but fuck it. Aldrich goes over and he grabs 2 bark pieces of the Tonender, 2 bushels of the Winter's herbs, 3 mugwort.
So let's go over what these would do in practicality.
Yeah.
After reading the descriptions, so I'll say mugwort, being it can be used to craft an antitoxin, obviously.
Mhm.
So a something to something comparable to say remove disease, which would be also similar to blood purge, being remove poison. So you'd have remove disease, remove poison. Tone endure specifically, I would say would if you were to make a tincture out of it, do something akin to granting poison resistance for a certain amount of time, as it's a preventative, herb.
Mm.
And something like Windnor's herbs, from what I'm reading, they do bring the patient to sleep. But effectively, it looks like it would allow them to basically take a long rest. Oh my god. If somebody was already too injured, then Windnor's would kill before healing.
Oh God.
I'm going to say effectively grant a long rest in a shorter period of time.
Okay. That's perfect. It's kind of what I was looking for.
Yep. Full ability, though, might be a little bit expensive.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up to the counter with my little basket. I'm gonna assume they have little wicker baskets to put things in.
Yeah, wicker, failing wood, wicker is a very popular building material because there is no shortage of spindly grasses.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you go ahead and you put your little shopping basket on the counter as the Furbolg is waving her previous customer goodbye, and she kind of takes it and looks at it. And you said you had 2 of each.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of starts taking some notes and chats you up. Quite a lot you have here. You're looking on heading out somewhere?
Yeah, actually, I'm a whaler. We're gonna be traveling for quite some time on our next mission.
Oh, it's very exciting.
Yes. Just want to make sure my crew's healthy. You know what I mean?
Yes, I mean, it's always good for a captain to take good care of their crew.
Aldrich slides a little glance over to Luca, like, "Hey, he thinks I'm the captain."
Yes.
Yeah. So, what'll this run me?
Well, we have the Windnor's herbs. That's going to be about 500 a bushel.
Oh God.
We have the Tone Endure. It's going to be about 200 each. Then we have Blood Purge, Smart. That's going to be just about 30 piece. And then Mugwort. That's going to go ahead. That's going to be about 20 a piece. So total, you're looking about 1,500 silver, darling.
Oh God, I apologize. I haven't brought that kind of money with me. Um,
Oh, no
Aldrich, she.
worries.
Oh.
Would you like me to hold it for you until I could put a reservation down?
That would be great, but I'll actually purchase a small portion of this.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever you want.
Could I actually, I'll take 2 of the mugwort and 3 of the blood purge, if you don't mind.
Certainly. So that'll just be 130 then.
Perfect. Thank you.
And we do have, and she gestures to the bottles on the shelf behind her. We do have some potions made with mugworts if you would prefer those as well.
Ooh, do tell.
Well, they're a traditional healing potion. Can't really beat their reliability. They do have a price to garner that, but they do also save your life 99% of the time. I made them myself.
Well, how much would one of those cost me?
500.
Well, That's gonna have to be a no from me, darling.
They'll be here if you ever want them. Change your mind.
Great, great, thank you. Now, what did you say for pricing again?
For the 2 black roots and the 3 mugwort, that's going to go ahead and sorry, not blackwood. For the 2 mugwort and the 3 blood purge, that's going to be 130 silver.
Fantastic. Here you go, darling.
All right. She takes out a smaller wicker container and puts your herbs into it before tying it with a little bow. And here you are.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course. Feel free to come by anytime.
All right. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, Caroline.
Caroline. What a beautiful name.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, Caroline, I will be seeing you again soon.
Oh, I'll look forward to it. Take care now.
You too.
Aldrich, did you want to get anything here at the apothecary?
I did.
Sorry, Luca.
Um,
Aldrich, you want to go back?
No, I don't. I don't think I want anything. I haven't. I don't think I need anything for any of my spells at the current moment. So.
Okay. Yeah, so in the meantime, the other 2 of you head back to the ship with your new rations. And you get there, and things are still in much of the same shape they were before. Activity flowing here in the midday of Corsinest. Nobody stops you as you go onto your ship, back onto the Air Biscuit.
Good to be home.
Good it is.
Air biscuit.
The ear biscuit.
Yes, in all of its ramshackle glory, the Air Biscuit.
Ramshackle.
The ship that still says Sawtooth on the side of it.
Yeah.
Oh right, that is something.
We should get
we
that
need
taken
to
care of.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to paint over it with air biscuit.
Mhm.
But yeah.
All right. So, oh, sorry.
Well, I was just going to ask, so you're just dropping off your 25 rations then, or?
That was the plan.
Also wanted to pick up some stuff to sell. I know we have many pounds of things to sell.
You do. Indeed you do.
Yeah, what's the weight limit for bag of holding?
500 pounds.
Yeah.
How much space you got left there in that super science bag?
I got a few pounds, maybe.
Well, I don't think anyone would hate it if we parted with a chunk of our whale oil. We've got plenty of regular oil.
That's good.
So, I don't know, you just want to fill up what you can in the bag and I'll carry some too?
Yeah, it sounds good. How many pounds are we thinking about selling?
Well, I know we aren't going to be able to carry 3,000.
That we are not.
So, maybe just as much as we can carry between the 2 of us.
Alright.
I don't remember the formula for maximum carry capacity.
I believe it is 15 times your strength score.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I can carry about 90 pounds.
And I can carry like 400, right?
No, your modifier, not your score. You can't carry 400 pounds.
I'm joking, guys. Wait, how much does a bag of holding weigh? Do I have to?
The bag itself?
Well, no, not the bag itself. But like, if I put something in there, does it become weightless, or can I still not hold it?
It's weightless.
Okay.
The bag of holding works in traditional arcana by being an extra dimensional space. So everything you put in the bag of holding just goes into that space.
Oh.
Cool.
So it's practically empty right now. I could just put the whole 500 in there, right?
Well, what do you currently have in there?
Good ass question. Are my rations and stuff like in my bag. I have an inventory, but I don't know.
Yeah,
how to break-
those would just be in your normal inventory unless otherwise specifically stated.
Okay, well, I have nothing in here then.
You
So
don't
far.
have 50 pounds of leather in there?
Oh,
50 pounds.
do I still have that? I thought we used all the leather.
You used 350 pounds of it. You had 50 left over.
Oh,
What do you say we store that on the ship? And
Alright,
then just
yeah, we
use
can
the
do
whole
that.
bag.
sounds good. That works.
Alright, so we'll just pack on up then. I'll add 90 pounds of whale oil to my inventory.
Yeah, I mean, you go ahead and pick up a barrel of whale oil.
And put it in the bag.
Put it in the bag.
So you're specifically carrying 90 pounds, and then you're putting another 500 into the bag of holding.
Yes.
Okay.
I do not
Kai,
think we're gonna steal all of this, but
as you guys go ahead and you start to leave the ship, Kai, the halfling, very visibly a bit over encumbered with the barrel the same size as he is. You see one of the dock workers just kind of looks at you with pity and is like, you guys want to rent a trolley?
maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I could just roll this thing, right?
Yeah, no need to spend extra money, right?
We got it. Thank you, sir.
He kind of shakes his head as you walk by, taking your time slowly, before eventually, I'm going to say, making it to the marketplace, so as not to endanger your precious cargo. But you make it back into the central marketplace. You do eventually see Aldrich and Luca walking out of one of the corner stores. Aldrich with a very happy looking smile on his face, holding a small wicker box.
You're looking
Guys,
happy.
guys, look what I got! Look what I got!
What did you get?
The nice little moo lady in there. She gave me some.
That sounds
birds.
so fucking
Moo-moo
racist.
lady?
What? She was a cow.
Or for I
She
don't
was
think
a
they're cows.
furball, bro.
I thought she was a cow
Was a
lady.
furball?
Yeah, furbolgs are cows, so it's like saying a minotaur is a cow too.
That's a bull man.
It's pretty racist.
The moo lady.
Did she have
Should I remove this from the recording?
Yeah, leave it. Aldrich is
Does she have
Aldrich is
mommy
racist.
milker?
Does she have mommy milkers?
Yes.
This is
yes,
important
indeed,
information.
She did have the mommy milkers.
Okay, would she buy whale oil from us?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. If it's an excuse to go talk to her again, then maybe.
That's real neato, man. I'm happy for you. What'd you end up making off with again?
I got some mugwort and blood purge. You guys ever get sick or even have an upset stomach? I got you.
All right, as long as you promise never to say those words around me again.
Okay.
Do I know if there's like a kind of like in the last city we were in, like a trade center where we could go sell most of our whale product?
Yeah, so you've lived here long enough, specifically Luca, that you would know how general trading works, and there are various like bazaars set up throughout the outskirts of the city. There are also like various wholesalers that will buy product, especially in a city where the buying and selling of whale product is so regular. So that's also an option. Sometimes people just hang out on the docks and sell their stuff there to other travelers who are passing by.
Okay.
The city of Corsinest itself doesn't have too many regulations outside of like knowing who's selling what, and making sure that there's not like bad product being sold,
Okay.
which would have been covered basically when you spoke with the customs officer.
Okay. Well,
So,
yeah,
What do you think?
Sorry?
said, what are you thinking about the best option to sell this 590 pounds?
Well, I mean, I imagine we want to sell most of it, especially the unsalted meat, because it's going to go bad.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Because the whale oil will last, the meat won't. But we could go to some of the bazaars. We could also try to set up like one of the or
You're
like
bizarre.
like however you guys did it in the other city. We could just try.
Copperworth?
Yes, thank you, Copperworth. Um, you
Yeah,
guys
that's what
could.
Leo was struggling with.
Um, we could sell it, just to random people on the street if we want on the docks. And we could try the usual bartering. Just go be like, hey, we'll give you this much for this or whatever. If we're looking for supplies. So I think there are multiple ways we can go about this. I think we could trade for some of the supplies we need, as well as get some money because we'll need to, I think, buy. What was it? Another 500 pounds of lumber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As
Which
well
is quite
as
a bit of change.
as well as we'll need to have enough to make sure that our new crew is at least funded for a while.
Hmm.
So
Call me new fashion, but for some reason, I feel like I'd prefer to sell and then spend the money rather than a barter, if that makes sense.
yeah, I do not mind either way.
Okay. Well, well, we've still got that unsalted meat on the ship. Do you remember how much we have?
6,250 pounds.
Oh, golly.
It's quite a bit
Oh
of
yeah,
points.
that's right.
So we could go to one of the. I wonder if that's where we bought our rations. He would buy a large quantity of whale meat because he's a wholesale seller. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bet he would. I bet he would. Also, we could feverishly try and distill as much of it as we can and get more money.
That-
Almost double the price per pound. If we can render 1 pound of oil from a pound of product, I don't remember that conversion.
Oh god. I think so. If I fail the roll, it's 50%, and then if I succeed the roll, it's how much do I get from whatever I make?
80%.
80%.
Okay.
Well, it's about a 40% increase in profit,
True.
but I'll leave it up
Is
to
it
you.
worth
It'll
the
take
roll?
time to do that.
Well, what we could start with is you guys sell some of the oil that we already have. And then while you're doing that, I'm back on the ship converting the meat into oil.
That sounds good to me. You sure you're okay with that?
I mean, yeah, I trust you guys with the selling. I mean, this is my job as the cook to convert it into the oil.
All right. Well, I've got
Makes
the book
sense.
on me, so you don't have to worry about much.
Hell yeah. I got the book on me. I keep that book on me, bro.
When it's were we planning to meet the potential crew at some point today?
Yeah, they asked me or us to meet them at a bar, the Twilight.
Twilight
Some-
Stream. That is my family's in. So.
What? No way.
Yes, I mean it's where we all met.
Oh
It is
yeah.
a real met.
But yeah, when it
Time to
comes
trash
to
the place, am I right?
whoa, do not.
I mean,
do not disrespect my family's in. He's
course,
been here
never.
for quite a long time. But yes, in the evening I will stop converting and I will meet you guys at the end. Then, if that sounds like a plan you guys want to do,
Yeah,
think
sounds
that'd
good
be
to me.
perfect.
Yeah.
right? I will head back to the ship and start converting the product into oil. Then.
Thank you again. Oh, before you go,
Mhm.
do you know the nearest wholesaler?
Well, there was the guy we bought the rations from. This building just over here. I'm sure there's other people as well, though. If he is not willing to buy all of your product, but I'm sure he will.
Okay, we'll try there first. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Okay, so Luca, you head back to the ship to get in on that distilling process, and the other three of you are going to attempt to sell your 590
Our wares.
pounds of whale oil.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So since trading is something that you will be doing a lot of, we are going to go ahead and use a process from the Skies of Sordain third-party supplements for their rules on downtime trading.
Okay.
So the way this is going to work, now that you have identified a seller, that being the wholesaler, is that you're going to go ahead and you're going to make 3 checks: an intelligence history check, a wisdom insight check, and then a charisma check, either deception, persuasion, or intimidation. And depending on how many of these checks you pass, that will determine the available offer from this individual.
That's awesome. I really like that.
The DCs for each of these checks are randomly generated within certain parameters. And I'll say that once you attempt to trade in this way, I'm going to say you can attempt to trade once a day. That's going to represent you going around to different sellers and individuals looking for a bargain.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Do we all have to make the check, or do we pick who makes the?
It's going to be one individual. However, since you have 2 other people helping them, it's going to be treated as though they have the help action. So these checks will be made with advantage.
Awesome.
Well, what did you say the checks were with again?
Intelligence history, wisdom insight. So history, insight, and then your choice of deception, persuasion, or intimidation. And for the purposes of this, since you are working together as a team, I'll say that you can have different people do different checks. It doesn't all have to be one person.
Okay. Well.
But let me go ahead and generate some DCs. As you decide who you want to have do what.
Yeah, who's doing the talking? Who's doing the inciting?
I've got a high wisdom.
I'm not a very
I think
talkative
I
person.
have a higher wisdom.
Oh, I'm smarter than you.
Here, 1 second. Sorry, my sister just walked in.
You have a sister?
Yeah, and a brother. I actually have 2 sisters and 2 brothers.
You told me that Tyler was your brother,
It's my stepbrother.
your favorite brother.
What up, step bro?
It's true.
What up, step bro? What are you doing, step bro?
I have like a 19 wisdom score.
Oh, shit, I got a 17.
Suck it.
More dexterous than you. Okay, so can one person do more than one of these checks?
Yeah.
Okay.
However you want to divvy it up. There are 3 checks to be made, and they will be made with advantage. And I have rolled the DCs for the wholesaler. So
Nice.
you, I'm assuming, are in the middle of a huddle with your 590 pounds worth of whale oil and barrels on his doorstep.
Here. So you said there's an insight one?
There, yeah. Well, we're gonna go in order because that's how the DCs work.
Okay.
But when you go in, I'm going to say, yeah, so you go in and talk to him, and you start talking about, who you are, what you do, and he tells you a little bit about his business. The first check to make is going to be a history check. As you talk about yourself, and he talks about himself.
Possibly me.
I thought it was Nate. My bad.
It might be you.
I've got high wisdom and charisma, and my intelligence is like a 13.
Are we looking at the little number or the big number? I forget.
The little number is what you'll add to the dice after you roll.
Really?
Yeah, the big number is your ability score.
Oh, I got a 3.
Oh well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
What? It sounds so low. 3.
Well, that means that you have like a 16 or a 17.
Oh yeah, I got a 16.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
So how about you do that check?
Intelligence check?
Yep, with
Uh,
a history check.
History check.
History
Okay.
check with advantage.
How do I do that? With
Do
advantage.
you have the advantage toggle at the top of your screen?
Okay, yeah.
Top of your character sheet?
Here we go. Yeah.
Okay, then go ahead and
Okay.
press history.
Oh, okay, but wow.
Okay, so yeah, so Cornelius, you guys go ahead and start kind of. Is there anything specific you want to talk about regarding who you are and what you do? Otherwise, you just kind of share a little bit about yourself.
Shit. What do I say to this guy?
How to improv.
You don't have to say anything. I'm just giving you the opportunity.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. I
Yeah,
don't wanna
so
fuck it up.
you guys just kind of introduce yourselves, who you are, the history of your whaling ship, and how much you have to sell, and where it came from. Next, I'm gonna need somebody to go and make me an insight check.
Okay, I'll do that one.
All right. Let's see big numbers.
Advantage. Insight. Jesus.
Roni with the chicken strips.
Rip.
Damn.
What the hell? I have like.
Aldrich, yeah, this wholesaler is a tough customer. He's extremely used to dealing with people of your ilk, and to these sorts of negotiations. That I need. I'm gonna need somebody to salvage this with either deception, persuasion, or intimidation.
Mm-mm.
Anyone proficient in persuasion?
Sorry, 1 second.
Nah, I got a negative one in that hole.
I want to make sure I'm reading these numbers right. On the skills column, I have persuasion that has a 2 next to it in the skills column.
I'm not too sure what you're talking about there. Let me go ahead and.
Oh,
Yeah.
like you have a +2?
I suppose that's what that means.
Yeah.
For persuasion, yeah, because that's carried over from your charisma ability score.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
toggling
I
it.
will be back in just a moment. I apologize, y'all.
You better be sorry.
Well, I've got a 15 in charisma. Add 2 to a persuasion roll.
Does
Correct, that is what that would do.
Thank you.
If anybody is proficient in those skills, either deception, persuasion, or intimidation, I mean that also adds a bonus to it. With how the way skills work in D&D.
Is that the checkbox? Is that?
That is the checkbox. Yes.
Thank you. Now I understand.
Yep.
Okay. Well, with Nate gone, I might be the best one for persuasion. Can you correct me?
Yeah,
if I'm
I
wrong?
got -1 in all of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll turn on advantage since I have the help and do a persuasion.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
there you go.
That's pretty good.
We
That's
got the
pretty
first
good.
decent roll of the entire negotiation.
Oh, should I? Persuasion. Got it.
Yeah. So even though you have a little bit of a rough time explaining how you got here and how you got your oil, and then a little bit of a harder time as the wholesaler kind of stonewalls you and shows off how he is the veteran in these negotiations. At the end of the conversation, you are able to at least persuade him that you are legit and that your stuff is good. So at the end of the negotiation, I will say he gives you an offer for 3,000 gold for your 590 pounds of whale oil.
How much? Sorry.
3,000 gold.
3,000 gold pieces.
That
That's
is
not great.
his offer.
Sorry, guys. What I miss?
Everything.
Yo.
I made a good roll,
Yeah, he got a
Oh,
ball.
nice.
and he's offering us about half of what it's worth.
That is rough.
Yeah.
Not as nice.
Mm-mm.
Well, is there anything
Sorry,
we can
folks.
do from here in this system of trading?
That is the final offer
Got it.
Oh,
that you have
I mean,
received from the wholesaler. If you want, I could throw in a complication.
a complication.
However, you did not roll on that one. Yeah. For instance, I'm going to say, Here's an example. The trading party wants to seal the deal with an arranged marriage.
Interesting.
So that's 30,000 silver pieces then.
Fine, I'll marry him.
Well, that didn't come up, but yeah, that is the offer. Whether or not you accept is totally up to you. You could always try to trade with somebody else on a different day, or with him on a different day. Doesn't really matter.
Could we adjust the amount we're willing to trade at this rate? Just
I think he would be okay with that.
Okay.
He'd be okay with like a 52% of whatever you want to give him. That's his daily rate today.
Okay. Well, can we resume the huddle and like turn toward each other again?
Yeah, you expose yourself and step outside.
What do you guys think? He's trying to give us about just over 5 gold pieces per pound.
I mean, money is money, but also that's only half of what we could be making, right?
True. It's true. I mean, 3,000. Wait, 3,000
Gold piece.
gold. Okay. 3,000 gold. That's nothing to sneeze at, and we've got plenty more whale oil on the ship.
Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
But half of what it's worth? I feel
Yeah.
like we'd be better trying to go to somebody else or trying to convince him otherwise.
I don't think we have time for that. I know we spent a lot of time preparing for this trade, and we definitely talked to him for quite a minute.
It is true.
Yeah, you're right. How about we just give like enough to get us by, but then we'll come back to something like this.
How about we use this trade to pay the wages of our new employees?
It's not a bad idea.
That would actually be way overkill. I mean, 3,000 gold. How about 1,000 gold worth of a sale from us? Do you guys want to earn 1,000 from this?
Are we trading him straight up whale product or whale oil?
Whale oil.
Okay.
So if we're not satisfied with the rate of 5 gold pieces, where it's really worth 10 per pound, maybe we could just earn 1,000 gold pieces from this trade and try and find a better deal tomorrow.
I think that's what I'd rather do. I don't want to be getting half of the returns we could be getting.
I want to get happled.
Yeah, exactly. We ain't no chumps. We're the doughboys.
We're the doughboys. Even better.
So we'd be selling about 200 pounds.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, everyone put your hands in. Team, break.
1, 2, 3, break!
Yeah, the
We just turn back to the guy, like we're like right in front of him talking.
he's like tapping his fingers on the counter.
He hears us being like, man, this guy's a fucking dipshit. I hate that guy.
So I'll tell him explicitly, alright sir, we're willing to trade about 200 pounds of whale oil at that rate. Is that alright with you?
Sure. He goes ahead and goes underneath the counter, and you hear the clinking of metal. And he eventually comes back with 500 gold and 50,000 silver. Sorry, 5,000 silver.
50,000
Wow,
silver.
he's
Jesus
down.
It's
Christ.
a little too much.
Alright.
Alright, that's cool.
I subtracted that from my whale oil that I already had.
Yep, so that you guys have now spent 200 pounds of your whale oil. That will be removed from your sheath.
How much money did we get from that?
1,000 gold.
Huh? I thought it was
500 gold and then 5,000 silver.
5,000. Okay.
Yeah, it is your first time handling gold. It is extremely shiny, extremely pretty, and it has a picture of a sheep and a blade of wheat on it.
Can we hurry up and put it on the ship? I don't want to get robbed in the streets. There's some
You're
shady
right.
figures around here.
How much silver? I'm apologize for making you repeat again.
5,000.
5,000.
Okay.
Alright, you guys want to split that up and pocket it real quick?
Who's gonna do the math? I can't.
It's just 5 people on the ship, 2,000 apiece, right?
What?
What? Hang on.
Like if
5 people on the ship.
What about the gold though?
oh,
Oh wait,
right,
never
right.
mind. We get 100 a piece of gold, right?
Yeah, 100 a piece of
Yeah.
gold.
All right.
All right, 100 piece of gold and 2,000 each of silver.
Or the
1,000.
1,000.
1,000. It's 1,000.
How's that?
1,000. Okay. That
All
wasn't
right,
as hard as I thought it was. Math is hard though.
I'm gonna say we sold the barrel that I was struggling to carry.
What if we need
Yeah,
that
well, you would
barrel?
have sold that, and then you would have sold a couple others from your
Yeah.
sack of holding.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's simple enough to pack up. And then the whole negotiations took about an hour and a half, I'll say, between the whole process of negotiating and then transactioning. So it is about evening at this point here in the town of Corsinest.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I don't know if we still feel encumbered by the remainder of the whale oil, but maybe our next stop could.
It's
be,
weightless, don't worry. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Super
I'm
science.
Gucci. I got a regularized bag. I'm chilling.
Maybe we could. Well, shoot. We might need to go
Alright.
back to the ship to meet up with Luca before we head to the tavern to meet our new boys, the new doughboys.
Possibly. I thought Luzgo was just gonna show up. Or do we need to tell him we're ready? Or we're heading there?
Maybe.
Yeah, let's let him know. Yeah, let's let him know.
Maybe we can have our owl friend make
Oh,
a
you
screeching
want me to
siren noise.
I'm
work?
sure that'll work.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
Also, heads up, I have to go in like 20 minutes.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. We don't want shady dudes like that merfolk, trying to like squander money out of people like he did for us.
Shady characters around here, bro.
You're saying we should help clean up the streets?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Batman style. Crime
Sounds
alley.
Batman style. I don't want fellow merfolk besmudging our name. We already get a bad rep.
Mm-hmm.
I
I thought
certainly
there was virtually no
understand
racism in this campaign.
I think it might be a righteous course of action for us to put a stop to that.
I thought we were whalers, not jailers. Come on, guys. What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
you're
good
right.
quote.
Well, if you guys aren't down for it, I can let it go.
Let it go.
No, I'm down for it. I'm with you. Wear me.
He said, "I want all the smoke." I chose. Look, if you want to do it, sure. I hope he's not as strong as he could be. Merfolk gain strength around water.
That means I would get strength too.
Oh,
Helps
true,
them
true, true.
moisturize.
I don't know. I'm thinking in One Piece logic. Fishmen are stronger in water.
All right,
Well, this isn't
so
One Piece.
on the to-do list,
Not One Piece.
we need to meet the boys. We need to. Well, we don't need to, but we might want to pay a
Meet
visit to the
guys.
wharf, and then the more depressing aspect of our plans,
Oh,
visiting the family of our deceased captain.
oh yeah.
Wah, wah.
I don't know
Tell
how I
him about the
feel about
sword.
I don't know how I feel about the design of the three guys that we're meeting.
Oh, you don't like Baldwin, Dunkel, and Irwin?
Is that who's in the chat? Oh my god,
Yeah, those are your three boys.
I love it.
Yes.
Are they
Man.
brothers? I guess
the
we can ask.
sideburns.
For those of you who are unable to currently see, we have three stock images of men with mutton chops. One of which has a scar over their eye, and the other one which I've given a mustache
And a soul patch.
and a soul patch.
Is that what it's called? A soul patch?
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Okay.
All right, so might be time for the dough babies.
Good dough babies. Are we making babies now?
Let's go, babies.
The baby.
Let's
yeah.
go.
Let's go. You know that new song would fit this campaign, bro. Got the instrumental.
Oh, the classic gem by Thine Infant.
Yeah, like red light, green light.
So should we just hope that Luca heard the screech and will meet us
I don't know how far is the ship. I'm sure we could go over there. And say
I
that we
mean,
went over
I
there
told you
instead.
guys. I told you guys I'd meet you at the Twilight stream
Okay.
when I was done.
That
So,
is true.
Alright.
He's probably already there. He probably beat us there.
What was that noise?
That's a good ass question. It was probably me.
Does take some time to render that whale oil, Luca, as you are back on the air biscuits, toiling away. A lot of work for one man to accomplish here as you render the supplies, hauling crates from the storage into the kitchen and then putting them into the giant rendering vat, and then tempering it and constantly monitoring it in the super hot undercarriage of the inside of the ship.
mhm.
If you would like to go ahead, how much would you like to render in this instance?
With the time I have, like, of planning to meet them, by kind of sundown, I guess, is £1,000 too much?
So you can render up to 12,000 pounds during a long or short rest.
Okay. And I was gonna ask, are we doing like long, short rests and like long is a week?
So for the sake of recovering your spells,
Yeah.
I've been working on this query for a while because, as we all know, the easiest way to neuter spellcasters is to make long rests take a week. We are going to go ahead and stick with the normal method of a short rest being about a couple hours and a long rest being 8 or more.
Okay.
However, I still believe that there will be plenty of times where you are just for a week, and by that I mean light activity, so like your everyday whaling operations and skyship flying. So honestly, it shouldn't come up too much.
Okay.
But yes, to answer your very simple question,
Yeah.
it is a couple hours for a short rest.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, I imagine a long rest, I would definitely miss the mark of meeting them at the end. So
Yes.
let's just say, I don't know, what time of day is it right now?
It is currently like late afternoon, early evening when you're getting back to the ship and starting the process,
Okay,
which would be just about when they started talking to the wholesaler.
Okay, I guess I'll just spend like 2 hours doing this.
Okay.
So
I mean, you can do the whole 6250 if you want to.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, then I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luck.
Go ahead and make me a cook's utensils check, please.
Okay. 17.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Nice.
that definitely does it.
That's the first good roll we've seen.
That is pretty good.
Nice.
Also, you're very good at cooking. I can see that with your 8 modifier there.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Pretty difficult to mess that one up. So you go ahead and using every scrap of whale flesh on the ship, you get 5,000 pounds of whale oil. Congratulations.
All right. 5,000 extra pounds of whale oil, which means we're at 7,796.
Wow.
Correctamundo. You have a lot of whale oil.
And a lot of love in our hearts.
Sure.
You say so.
If you say so. But yeah, by the time you finish this, it's a pretty excruciating process as you have to haul all this stuff up, do the entire process, render it all. Which after your first try didn't go so well, you have learned to take your time and kind of constantly monitor it. Push into the vat with your giant wooden spoon to kind of make sure everything's cooking evenly, and then the bottling process afterwards of emptying out the rendering vats into these massive glass containers. It is at this point evening.
All right. Alrighty. I guess I'll head over to Twilight Stream then.
All right.
Twilight Stream sounds like a very cool anime move. I guess our little posse's going over there too, right?
Yeah, I think we've been there, right?
Yes. I mean, as far as I'm aware, you are all heading to Twilight Stream
Nice.
to kind of reconvene, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not Tuesday, but you all make it to Twilight Stream.
It's not Tuesday.
It is not Tuesday,
Darn.
which is when you told the others that you would meet them there.
Oh,
I assumed it was Tuesday today.
That's fine.
But you're able to go ahead and walk in. Luca, you immediately see the faces of your father and brother who look a little bit surprised to see you. And as the four of you enter into the building, Luca, your brother, with his gorgeous boyish face and flowing blonde hair, strides across the cobblestone floor over to you and takes you into a very warm embrace. Brother, I thought we lost you.
I thought I was lost myself, but we made it back to town somehow.
They said that there was a ship that went down, and we figured it could only be yours.
Well, you'd be right.
Yes, the ship we got. I don't know what hit us really, but the captain he gave his life to save the rest of us, which I'm very grateful for. But
valuable man.
we managed
It's not
to.
like he made a sacrifice or anything. He just up and died.
He gave me
Didn't
he was the one who probably gave me the whalers token that saved us.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'm
tragedy.
I'm assuming.
Father has been stricken with grief since he left, and he gestures to your father, who has no emotion on his face.
Yes, I will go talk to him. Yes, I mean I probably should talk to him about something else as well. But I mean it's good to see you again, brother. But I'm not sure how long I'll be in town for.
No matter, it is good to see you are safe, and he kisses you on the cheek before going back to work.
Okay.
Full on slapping kiss on the lips.
I'll go over to my father at the counter. Well, I'll go behind the counter.
Sure, you go. Yeah, your father. He turns and looks at you with his eyes obscured by his
slaps you
furrowed
employee
brow
money.
as he's cleaning a mug, and he kind of looks you up and down.
We had a little accident in the air, father, but we managed to make it back okay somehow. I hope you and mother weren't too worried or anything.
He reaches out with a massive hand and sets it on your shoulder. Welcome back.
Yes.
Kind of pats your cheek.
I did want to talk to you about something. I know I've been working in the kitchen, what you've taught me and all that, but the captain of the ship, he went down here. He passed away when we crashed, but he decided to give us the ship in his last will. So this could be an opportunity to me to kind of see the world, use the skills you taught me, learn all I can from the world, and just, have my own adventure. So I don't know if I can come back to work here. If you and brother are okay with that, I would like to
brother.
go off on my own journey.
You see your father, still his hand cupping your cheek, kind of stares down at you. Still have the gun.
Still have the gun, yes.
You will do fine. And he leans down, his massive frame bending to kiss your forehead, and then pats you on the shoulder again.
Thank you for your blessing, Father. But right, we should probably get some food for my friends here. We're all quite tired. I'm gonna head back into the kitchen and I'm gonna make up a soup or something.
Okay. The rest of you, the Twilight's Dream here in the evening is pretty poppin'. There's a decent amount of people who come here straight after work to relax and wind down. You do see three strapping middle-aged men playing darts in the corner.
Oh hell
There they are.
yeah! You need to
but
change
yeah.
their pictures to the mutton chop ones.
Oh,
You see as you enter in Aldrich. Sorry, not Aldrich. Alucard greets you all with kind of warm smiles and gestures to any of the empty seating in the area. For whatever you want to do.
Literal crickets from the party.
there's my doughboys.
There are 2 dead Corneliuses.
Cornelius, you doing all right, man?
There we go.
Got clone.
I got cloned and killed.
Double dead clone.
There we go. Hey, took one away.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to who will hopefully be the newest additions to our crew. From the left, you got Baldwin, and then help me out here.
My name is Erwin.
Erwin, and then how could I forget Dinkle in the
Dunkle.
back there? Dunkle, yeah.
Dinkle. Dunkle.
He kind of looks a little bit insulted.
It's
All right,
funny,
well,
I can see Tom introducing himself like that.
Yeah, let's get the introductions out of the way.
Oh, you're over there.
There we go.
I'm over here with Aldrich.
Yeah, bro, we're chilling.
Aldrich is harassing some captain.
It's Miranda.
Usually.
Yeah, my name's Baldwin. I got about 25 years experience as a laborer. I enjoy pipeweed, women, and the horse tracks.
Oh, I didn't get pipeweed at the apothecary. Frick.
That's a good point. That's good. We all gotta buy pipes.
It's a man of culture.
That's true.
The man with the massive scar across his eye goes next, looking pretty similar to to Baldwin, but completely different, I assure you.
Hmm.
Yeah, my name's Erwin. I do a lot of work in the fields, a lot of work with the
Edible.
animals. So you know, I'm good at that. I wanted to be a veterinarian, but they wouldn't let me do it when my muscles couldn't fit into the uniform. So
He's above.
All right,
and then my name is Dunkel.
Dunkle.
Cool. I thought it was Dinkle.
Sir, I will crush you. My name's Dunkel. I'm a sculptor by trade, but by night I just like hanging out with my boys.
oh, you'll fit in well around here, Dunkle.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
drinks.
boys.
Let's get a round of drinks going.
So I wanted to talk about pay.
All
How
of their
does-
eyes light up.
How does 2 silver a day sound?
Reasonable, average, pretty normal.
Well, then you shouldn't have a problem with it, right?
They kind of look at each other and nod. Dunkel raises a hand. Is that including room and board, or is that on top?
I'll like sneak an eye over to the other two. I mean Cornelius and Aldrich, not the other two Dingle brothers. or
Oh, there
whatever.
too.
And kind of gauge that. What do you guys think? I was thinking of offering just, free room and board.
Sounds
I mean,
reasonable.
yeah. Who wouldn't want that?
I
Alright.
mean, they kind of have to stay with us to work for us.
Yeah. Room and board will be covered, guys. Don't you worry about that. We'll all be part of the same ship.
Oh, all right, yeah. This is awesome. All right, thank you, Captain Sir. Well, is there a time we should be prepped up, or anything we should be made aware of?
Well, I think we've got some unfinished business here in the town before we head out, but I wouldn't expect more than a day's delay, a day or two.
Okay. And you see Baldwin, the clear leader of the three individuals, gestures at Aldrich and Cornelius. And these are your friends, then.
That's right. These are other crewmates. I'll have them introduce themselves and their
hello.
positions.
It is I, Cornelius. I'm the team navigator. I'm pretty friendly, but I am a little awkward. Good to pleasure doing business with you. Glad to have you on the team.
Well, pleasure's ours.
And I'm Aldrich. I'm gonna be the ship medic. So I'll keep you guys spick and spam.
Are you gonna clean us? You're bathing us now?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't taken a bath in 3 years.
What the fuck?
Oh God.
That is
Sounds
not
pretty
healthy.
nice. And what can you do, Go to the public bathhouse? Maybe.
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 I suppose.
It does cost money.
Yeah, a couple copper, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Baldwin, you three, how do you guys know each other?
Well, Erwin and Dunkel and I all grew up at the same orphanage. You see, grew up together. We didn't get too much of a proper schooling, but we learned our trades, and we went about to go ahead and make a life for ourselves. But it's really hard to make friends when you're an adult, so we just kind of stuck things out together.
I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that you guys have known each other for so long. You'll all be an excellent addition to the team. We're lucky to have a trio that can work well together.
Yep, the only thing we like more than working hard and making money is being loyal to each other.
I love these guys.
That's cute.
Also, side note, guys, I have to go.
All
I'm
right.
leaving you people.
Goodbye.
You
Just
see
say that I
Cornelius,
passed out on my first drink.
Yeah, Cornelius excuses himself off to the bathroom briefly.
Okay, guys. Love you guys.
See
Love
you.
you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Peace.
No longer
Uh,
exists.
Yeah, but I suppose at this point, Luca, you look at what's going on in the kitchen. It looks like your father has whipped up a pretty, average stew, but also a really good stew because that's just what he does. He makes a good stew.
Yeah.
But if there's something else you wanted to whip up, there's by all means the items to do that with.
If he's made stew, then I'll bring that out to my friends and potential crew here. Bring out some stew.
Yep. So you see Aldrich eventually come by with several bowls lining his arms with thick, steaming, meaty stew that he sets out down on the table.
Oh, Luca, you shouldn't have.
Yes, this is my father's stew. It's quite good. I've had it many times.
I don't know why. My first reaction is Aldrich takes his webbed hand and starts to use it as a spoon to sip stew with.
The moment you touch the stew, you take 1 fire damage.
Damn it.
I thought you were a wise merfolk.
Where did Cornelius go?
He said he needed to use the bathroom.
Okay. Are these our new crew members?
That's right.
I don't think I met them.
From the left to the right, you got Baldwin, Erwin, and Dunkel.
Uncle.
Well, pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. I am Luca, your cook on the ship, so I will keep you well fed.
Oh shit, you're our cook? I
Yes.
see you working here all the time.
Yes. Yes.
Oh hell, yeah, this is gonna be a sweet job.
Well, I am happy you're confident in my skills.
Yeah, man, we love this place. This is like the place to be at the hangout. The only place on this side of town with a dartboard.
Luca's fucking glowing that his family's establishment is getting so much praise. Um, but yeah, I'll serve out the stew to everyone, and yeah, sit down and eat myself. Have an 8.
Yeah, so you go ahead and you enjoy a nice dinner with your friends and your new cohorts, swapping stories, or if there's anything specific you want to ask them, feel free.
Is there anything specific you guys want to ask?
So, Mr. Merfolk, you're a doctor, you said.
Yeah, I mean, I practice all sorts of medicines, spells, herbs, potions, you name it.
Yeah, I've always wondered, are people's bodies like different? Like me being a human and you being a merfolk, like they're too much different on the inside?
You know, on the inside, we're pretty much all the same. We're all humanoid-esque, you know what I mean?
Oh,
But
that makes sense.
there can be complications on the outer layers. My scales don't do well with certain ointments, you know.
I can see that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but you guys have nothing to worry about. Humans are basic practice.
Hell yeah, easy mode.
Easy mode.
Well, we'll do our best to not cause you too much trouble.
Ah, no, you guys will be a cinch. I'm not worried.
So, existing crew. Technically, these people haven't been hired yet. I know we've got a couple other things to get done in town. What if we just saved all that responsibility shit for tomorrow and played some darts, got drunk, had some stew with the new guys?
Yeah, it sounds like a good time. I don't think we could go and sell stuff at this time anyway. I did convert all the rest of the product into oil, by the way. We have around 7.7 or 7,000 pounds.
Nice.
Oh my god! How did you do that by yourself?
Uh, just I know how to do things. I've
By
been in
almost
a-
getting the
different.
level of exhaustion.
I've worked in the kitchen for a very long time.
That must be the only
Oh.
explanation. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks, man. We'll make good use of your efforts.
Yeah. How much money did you guys end up getting for the product that you were selling?
We actually didn't end up selling all of it. The guy was kind of like not giving us a good deal.
Oh, okay.
So we decided to try and take our product elsewhere.
Well, we did sell 200 of the 590 pounds.
Yes,
and
yes.
We
Okay.
got a total of 1,000 gold to split amongst the 5 of us.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know, like, tomorrow at the very least, I know a few of the traders in town, so maybe I can talk to them to get a better deal for us. Hopefully, get us on our feet.
That'd be great. I mean, taking stock right now, we've got time, we've got money, we got company now.
True.
We're doing pretty good for ourselves, just starting out.
Yes. Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, we're sitting good money, got good food, good friends.
Yes,
Could
indeed.
bring a tear to your eye.
You three, I'll just turn to Baldwin and ask him, do you guys share a last name?
Don't think we do. I mean, at the orphanage, they didn't really tell us. No, I'm Baldwin Smith. That's my trade. That's Irwin. Doesn't really have a last name, and Dunkel. Well, I mean, some folks call him Sculpton.
Sculpt.
Interesting. Okay, just
But,
wondering.
there wasn't too much of a need for last names. What with the work.
Well, to catch you up to speed, I don't think we've mentioned our ship's name is the Air Biscuit, and we consider ourselves the Doughboys.
I'm sorry, Captain. No, I didn't mean any disrespect. Is there a story behind that?
Aldrich, why don't you tell him?
Yes. You were the one who came up with the air biscuit.
I mean, it just came to me, you know. It sounded like a good name for a ship. You know, biscuits rise, will rise.
You know, and we are thinking of maybe while we're whaling, we might, sell pastries along the way, so it kind of fits the name.
Oh, okay. We're running a bakery.
On top of whaling, so yes.
Yeah.
Oh, on top of whaling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's a good side gig.
Yeah, it's a gig. The ship is currently not named the Air Biscuit, though we have yet to rebrand it from its old name, the Sawtooth. So if you are looking for us in the dock, it should say Sawtooth on the side.
Sawtooth.
Yes.
Right? Isn't it nowhere near as cool?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's pretty nice. I think I've heard that name before, but
Nope.
Moving on.
oh, our drinks have arrived in the middle of that sentence.
Great.
Aldrich starts like furiously chugging his drink and like looking blankly up at the ceiling.
Well, how about a toast to a good deal and a good crew?
I can drink to that.
Yeah. Clink.
Clink indeed.
Clink. To all the mutinies and misdeeds that we can avoid through this agreement.
Hopefully there is none of those.
But yeah, you spend the rest of the evening drinking with the boys, I suppose. Sharing your first time together. Luca, your father eventually brings over a dish of what would be an average confection of like dried fruit eventually to go with your drinks.
Okay.
Dried berries, and with no cost for any of it, as your kind of a send-off party.
Dope.
But yeah, no, I mean, by the time you guys, I suppose, stumble out into the night, it is pretty much pitch black. I'm going to say probably about 1 a.m. depending on how long you want to stay there.
Damn, 1 a.m.
How long would we stay at a Toriki? Say like 1 a.m.
Yeah. 1 a.m. is pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Damn.
How long do we stay at those karaoke bars?
Well, that's a different story entirely.
We never went to karaoke bars. That's a sad thing.
Oh, well, okay. We can talk about that later then.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, I went to a karaoke bar.
I only went like one time. Maybe
Is that one time we went on Halloween night at like 11:30?
It was the only place to get drinks.
That's true.
But yes, you spend the evening at the Twilight's Dream enjoying your new company.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then, yeah, what do you guys want to do? You want to just head back to your ship, or stumble across into the dockyards, or go shopping? In a big city like this, there are people moving about at all times of day and night.
I feel like we should get some rest, yeah, and so we can get everything done tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because we got to go talk to Chilwok's family, sell the rest of our stuff.
Do we have to talk to Chilwok's family?
We come on, we have to at least notify them. I cannot live with myself if we do not. I mean, if you do not want to, I could go.
I mean, honestly, all I really care about is that sword that's waiting for me. I would feel guilty keeping it if I had to talk to his family.
You do not feel guilty taking it off of his corpse?
No, no, he's dead.
Well, I mean, if it would make you feel guilty, I guess I could go. Maybe Kai, if you want to come along.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we also have to consider we might be in port for a few days for repairs. But that's a whole nother story. Let's sell our product and get that started first.
Yeah, as you go ahead and wrap things up for the night, how much exactly are you guys drinking? Are you
drinking a
getting
lot.
blasted?
Yes. Specifically, I want to be blasted.
And what about the other two of you?
Drinks a moderate amount. Pretty tipsy, pretty drunk actually. Not exactly stone cold plastered, but on the verge.
A good night, a good day.
I'll drink a light amount. I'm actually not going to drink that much.
You have like 2 beers, 2.5 beers.
Yeah.
Could I go ahead and have Aldrich and Kai? Could you make me Constitution saving throws, please?
God,
I'm
yeah.
gonna puke on the street.
Constitution. How do I do that? Oh wait, yeah. Okay.
Oh wow, okay. So neither of you are hungover. As you know, you head back to your ship, stumble aboard, slip into your bunks. You think you hear skittering somewhere on the ceiling. It's probably just Mr. Krumholtz. But before long, you know, the light shines through the cracks of your makeshift repairs, and it is another morning in the city of Corsinest. I'm assuming you wake up, Luca makes you a very small breakfast, and you talk about what you want to do that day.
I want to find a book that will tell me how to turn these blueberries I bought like a week ago into alcohol.
That's true. Those blueberries are looking a little squishy.
That's good. That's good for the process of turning things into alcohol, right?
I mean, you know, mold is
Old, not as much.
They're not that far gone, I'll say.
Okay, so it's still salvageable. I mean, I could buy more. We got tons of money at the moment.
You have some money at the moment, yes.
Okay, well, that's what I'd like to accomplish today. How about you guys?
I think I want to sell the rest of our product so we can get that off of our hands. And,
yeah,
know
that's not a bad idea.
know what we're working with.
Okay, well, if you guys want some help, I'll help you. But if you can handle it, I could go shopping for more than one person.
Sure.
Okay.
Is there anything you guys want me to pick you up?
Now that we have more money, we might want to get more rations.
Yeah, I think let's us sell our product, but then yeah, we can get to that. 'Cause then...
God, what else could we need? Do we need to have like ammunition? We need lumber, that's for sure.
Yeah,
You did see that your ship is missing some ballistas on it.
Oh, okay. How many?
2.
2. Oh, yeah. I see. One at the front there and one in the back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll have to pick up 2 ballistas. Let me mark that down. Do we have to worry about ammunition for them?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that's involved in the cost of having a ballista. And also, when you down a whale, you would want to reclaim those things. Theoretically, breach charges would be the thing you would have to restock on, but there is a cost, like an average, like there's lifestyle cost for people. There's also a cost for maintenance on your ship, and it would be included in that.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I don't have the exact dollar rate currently, but it does cost a certain amount of gold for things like that, like each month on your ship.
Okay.
I don't think it's like a lot, though. I'm pretty sure it's pretty minimal.
All right. Well, do you want to get to selling this product then?
Yeah, that should be first priority. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so you two are going off to sell the product, and the Kai, you're going to the bookstore.
Yes.
Okie doke. Yeah. So Luca and Aldrich, where are you guys heading? Do you have a specific destination in mind, or are you just going to look for whoever you can?
Maybe go to like one of the bazaars that I know about to see if we can sell it off there.
Yeah, you go to the traditional whalers' bazaars where they have massive tents and the smell of fried food and perfume wafting through the air.
Cool.
I should change the soundtrack. It is no longer the morning. It is now the early afternoon.
Nice.
But yeah, go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and make some DCs here. First things first, if you're going to be trading, I need you to go ahead and make me a history check.
What's your intelligence?
My modifier is 1.
Okay, I have
My intelligence 13.
I have a 2.
Okay, you do that then.
All right. Is it at advantage because Aldrich is helping me, or just straight?
Yes, I'll say it's an advantage because you have Aldrich helping you.
Okay. Well, that's not great, and that's okay. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, critical success. I mean, that's pretty good. You go ahead and find a one of the tents with a dark-skinned human who is currently, shouting orders and maintaining logistics for this. Looks to be an airship inventory. So you kind of get in line and spend some time discussing with him. Yeah, during negotiations, you guys go ahead and kind of go back and forth on what you have. And are you offering all of your oil specifically, or something else?
Do we want to sell like every last drop of it, or do we want to keep some?
It depends on the deal that we can get, But we should definitely keep like a small amount.
Yeah, let's.
Just to remind you guys, we still have 84,000 pounds of regular oil.
Yeah.
True.
You do. But I'm going to go ahead and need an insight check as you guys start to haggle back and forth on your pricing.
Inside.
Nope. Roll that again, Brew.
What?
Well, advantage, right? Because I'm helping you.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
do advantage.
Okay,
Wow.
so 19 and 12. Yeah, you go ahead and with the two of you there, you demonstrate, that you're pretty good at what you know, how much this is worth, and that you have also read the Manicubar's Guide to Whaling that everybody else has read. Yeah, as you go ahead and you start to wrap up your negotiations, I need one of you to make me a deception, persuasion, or intimidation check.
What's your persuasion? Or what out of the 3, what do you have? What's your one that you're proficient in?
Let's see.
I have
So
a
deception, persuasion.
I have a +5
What
of
else?
persuasion.
Oh, dude, do it.
Okay.
Yo!
Okay.
Aldrich
Yeah,
gets rock hard at the persuasive abilities of Luca.
that's pretty decent. You going through the negotiations here and talking to the man through and through. I mean, very good job on these negotiations. He offers you, I'm going to say, 10 gold a pound for your oil.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So what are you guys
That's what we
thinking?
like to hear.
I'd say I say we keep 500 pounds to ourselves, or maybe a bit more, maybe 1,000, or is that much? Too much?
500 seems all right with
Yeah,
me.
we'll keep 500 pounds, um, but sell the rest.
Mm-hmm.
All
And
right, so
how?
you're selling 72.96.
Yes.
Okie doke. Yeah. So I mean, he offers you, with a negotiation like this. I mean, he straight up has people that go to your ship and acquire like your product,
Mhm.
and he has other individuals come up with a large sack filled to the brim with metal coins, as he gives you, you know, I'm going to say he gives it to you all in silver because he's a busy man. But that's
Oh, God.
729,600 silver.
Oh my.
We're rich boys.
I guess that's why whaling is a good profession.
Aldrich damn near throws up because he's never seen that much money before in his life. He's just
Neither has I.
overwhelmed.
Holy
Yeah,
God.
the dark skinned man. I mean, he sets down in front of you and is like, "All right, next." It's just like routine.
Man, it's
We're like, oh my God. Open it up, our eyes are like glowing.
yes. Jeez, that is a large amount of money.
Yeah, more than I've ever seen for sure. But let's get back to the ship where it's somewhere safe.
Yes. But now we at least know what we're working with in terms of money.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get lumber, um,
Get some
get
ballistas,
food. Yeah, I'd say
all that good stuff.
I'd say it might be a good idea to maybe set aside of our profit, a certain portion of our profit aside just for wages, so we always have, money in that sort of, area to keep our crew funded.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, you guys work on getting your funds back to your ship. In the meantime, Kai, you look around for the bookstore, asking around, and eventually you are led to a kind of the nicer end of town, where there is a pretty impressive looking building here on the corner store. Um, Looks like some of it's been built out of like polished stone. It kind of has a white gleam to it. And as you walk inside, there's a scent in the air that you can't quite place. That being of wood and paper, which is a pretty rare sensation to come across. Um, but as you step inside and you see the tall bookshelves stacked to the ceiling with bound novels of all sorts of different materials, of there being no shortage of lambskin bound books and scrolls, you do see that there is a pretty average looking Kenkyu behind the counter, as well as a few more Kenkyu tending to the shelves and moving trolleys of books around.
Right. I'll walk up to the counter and say like, "Excuse me, I was hoping you could help me find something."
The Kenkyu kind of turns his head and looks at you. Excuse me, find something.
Yeah, I need books on ale, books on alcohol.
Books on ale, books on alcohol. The Kenkyu calls out, and you hear another Kenkyu somewhere behind the shelves. Books on ale, books on alcohol.
I love this.
You wait about no more than a minute before one of the Kenkyu kind of comes up with 3 tomes. 2 of them look like they've been written on a lambskin, and then there's a nicer one that looks like it's actual paper. And kind of holds them up. Books on ale, books on alcohol.
Thank you. Do you mind if I look through these?
Mind.
Oh. So I'm not
But
allowed
you
to
look at
in-
the books, and yeah, you see that the 2 ones wrapped in lambskin look a little worn. They're definitely not as nice compared to the immaculate paper one, but they are, you know, Trolley's Guide to Home Brewing is
Okay.
one of them. The other one is going to be the Bulwark Guide to Alcoholic Berries.
Uh-huh.
I'm just making notes because I have to remember these names. And then you see the very nice paper one is bound in what looks to be like bleached leather, as it has a stark white cover to it, and it just says, the Brewer's Bible. Because you know what, Krumholtz already established that Jesus Christ exists in this setting, so the Brewer's Bible.
Well, considering how I don't know the first thing about brewing my own shit, how much would it be for all three?
You see the Kenku behind the counter takes out a well, it looks to be like a chalkboard, and grabs a piece of chalk and scribbles on it, and then sets it down in front of you. The total cost of the books would be, let me make sure I'm adding this up correctly. It's 250 silver for the two lambskin ones, and then 2,500 for the Immaculate Brewer's Bible.
My God. 2,500. I don't even have that much.
Silver,
Well,
yes.
I guess I'll take the lambskin ones.
Okay.
Both of them.
All right, so that would be 1,000 silver.
I thought they were 250 each.
Oh, yes, you are correct. 500
Okay.
silver. I apologize.
I will happily spend 500 silver.
All right, so you get you get Trolley's Guide to Home Brewing and the Bulwark Guide to Alcoholic Berries.
Yes.
Uh,
These appear in my inventory.
they will once I write them.
All right.
I'll make sure you get those. And also, as you're checking out, the Kenku behind the counter gestures to where they have like shelves built into the counter. He kind of leans over and gestures to them, and it's a ton of Manicubar books. And you see that there's books there for the entirety of the Corsinestian region, as well as what look to be official Manicubar guides to Bolarius and maps.
Oh geez, I can't pass that up. So we've already got a map. I guess another one couldn't hurt. It's probably a different map, right?
You did give your map away to Garrett Grandhand.
Oh yeah. Well, let's add the map to the shopping cart, and then you've listed some other books.
Yeah, so there especially here there is guides from Manicubar for the entire Corsinest region. And looking closer, it looks like there's also some for the capital cities of other regions. So specifically in Corsinest, which has 4 main settlements, you have the guide to Copperworth, the guide to Corsinest itself, the guide to Centerhorn, and then the guide to Branmouth. And then there's also guides for the capital cities of Goldworth, Harkenlade, Midstrom, Mortar Docks, and Solenstor, which are the other locations.
Mortar Docks.
Well, since we've already, been to Corsinest and Copperworth, maybe I'll pick up the other 2 for this region.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap. They're 50 silver a piece.
Okay. How about for the cities outside the region?
Those ones are a little bit more expensive. Looks like 70 silver a piece for the ones that have to be imported.
Let's see.
And then the map itself is a little bit more expensive. That's going to run you about 200 silver.
Okay. Well, we gotta get the map, so that one is just an ouch. Trying to decide whether I should get the maps of the cities in the region or outside the region. I suppose we should start with in the region, just to flesh out our understanding of this area. So the 2 cities escape me, but the one that's not Copperworth or Corsinest
The other two cities are Centerhorn and Brandmouth, and if you're purchasing those, that would be 100 silver for both of them, and then another 200 for the Manicubar's Traveler's map. It's slightly different than your normal map.
Okay, so I would like to purchase all three of those. The map and the 2 books.
All right, the Kenkyu goes ahead and writes up your tab, and you pay it, and you are given, a map and then 2 more like pamphlet books, kind of. They're like a little bit smaller. They're wrapped in sheepskin, but those will be added to your inventory here in a brief second. There's that one. Here is this other one. And then here is the map. And as the Kenkyu is kind of putting this all together for you, he also, right before he checks out, holds up behind the counter a map case.
A map case? Like a case for the map?
A case for the map. Looks like a leather tube.
How much you want for it?
10.
Done.
All right, he throws in the map case. Add that to your inventory.
Alright. Now we can't misplace this thing.
And there you go. You have your new books, and you have bought in a map case.
Oh,
Which is not something I made up. That's an actual item.
Does it have a
Dude,
weight?
hell yeah.
It is 1 pound.
Good, nice and sturdy.
Indeed. It is solid Corsinestian leather from the finest rams in the land.
All right.
But yeah, you are free to read those, and if you would like to share them to the others, I can, or I could read them aloud if you would prefer.
It's all right. When we're all together, I'll present them as needed.
Okay. Yeah, and then are you just meeting back at the ship, or did you guys have a meeting point?
I was thinking just heading back to the ship.
What about the other two? Did you guys have a second docket location on your...
I believe we were going to just sell things.
Okay. So yeah, I'll say about, an hour, 2 hours pass throughout this whole process as Kai goes window shopping, and you work on moving this giant bag full of funds back to your ship, trying to not be too paranoid about it.
We're like looking around all shadily. Anybody that comes
Yeah.
near, we're like,
Everybody else is just like, what are you doing? This is pretty normal.
we can trust Grumholtz with watching the money.
yeah, of course.
When Kai gets back, I would like to go see our previous captain's family. Just explain what happened, but then I think we should start, getting supplies. Maybe while we wait for Kai, we should take a look at, just to make sure we get what we need, if we need anything beyond just lumber.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me look at our supply list here.
Can I just do a inspection of the ship just to see if there's further repairs needed beyond just lumber?
Yeah, so I mean, looking at the ship, it just has it's missing 2 harpoons, and currently is sitting at about half of its total health points, representative of like the engines, the hull, everything all together. But I mean, as far as things go, it's really just the health points and the harpoons.
Okay.
You could, if you wanted to, just take this into the sky right now.
Yeah, we could. So getting the lumber needed to fix the rest of the ship up, with that, is that all that's really needed to put this back up in a full working condition? Or is it
yes.
Okay.
Yes. To streamline things a little bit, if you get the wood, and you probably have to hire some people, but yes, that is all you have to worry about. Or buying harpoons.
Yeah. Okay, so 500 pounds of lumber. But yeah,
I'm gonna wander in.
Oh, welcome back, Kai. What'd you end up getting?
I got a map, a new map, since we seem to have lost
Cool.
contact with the other one. And I
Awesome.
also got us some guides to nearby towns,
Oh, perfect.
Centerhorn and Brandmouth.
Okay.
Now we won't be lost while we're
So,
traveling around. I'm sure our navigator will be stoked when he awakes from his drunken stupor.
Oh shit! Did we bring him back? Did we like go into the bathroom and find him passed out?
yes, I mean, if you don't remember, yeah, we had to carry him back to the ship. He drank quite a bit.
So did I. So that yeah,
Kai, I'm assuming you are not keeping the map's contents a secret.
that is correct.
Then I will add it to everybody's inventory.
Oh,
Thank
very
you.
nice, very nice.
No, only I can know the map's secrets.
I mean, maybe, you know, I mean, these books are expensive. Maybe he
I'm
wants
gonna
you to buy
charge
your
a
own.
fee. Who wants to split this map with me?
Tear it right in half.
Yeah,
What settlements did you say that you got the guides to?
I got the guides to Brandmouth and to Centerhorn.
Anmouth and Centerhorn. All right. Well, yeah. So those are the adjacent cities beside Copperworth.
Mhm.
Well, I guess we kind of have a general 2 cities we could start at. Going forward once we get up and working.
Yeah, absolutely. We have options now.
Mhm.
And there were more books at that bookstore if you guys want to expand our geographic knowledge. I just didn't want to pay for more.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, how about you guys go deal with whatever that family situation is, and I'll go try and find some lumber and maybe some more rations for us.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What was Preston Sherwook's position in the town again?
He was a minor noble.
He was a minor noble.
Go ahead and roll me a history check to see how familiar you are with the minor nobility of Corsinest.
Alright. 10.
Yeah, so you know, as is the royal lineages of Bolarius, that they really have no standing for any sort of meaning, but you would assume that being a noble family means that at some point he is related to the current Duke, Bren Corsinest, meaning that he probably has a little bit more wealth to his family's name than others, but probably not too much else beyond that. Average roles that nobles fill in Corsinest is things like owning their own ranches and having their own flocks of sheep, running some of the businesses in the area, and mainly being proponent figures in trade and that sort of thing.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we should maybe ask around to see where he lives, where his residence is.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever asked him what he does.
Yes, and I don't think we did.
Well, okay. Let's head to somewhere busy and split up.
Sure. Yes, let's do that then.
All right, you boys head back into town, back into Corsinest proper. The egret is still there. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a basic investigation. I'll say with advantage since there's I'll have each of you roll me investigation actually to try to figure out any news you can on Preston Chilwook. Okay, so you both ask around and get a few different answers. However, asking a few people here and there, it seems like a lot more people, when you bring up Preston Chilwook, immediately go to the news about the ship that fell out of the sky rather than him and his family. It seems like that was pretty big on the news. But eventually, getting past that, you do learn that the Chilwook family farm is a pretty big shepherding ranch near the north end of the city.
All right. I guess I'll find Kai and just be like, so I learned that he's got a ranch on the north end of town. I don't know if you heard anything similar to that.
I did not.
Yeah.
All I heard about was how much of a tragedy it was that his ship went down, and I didn't say anything about that.
Yes. What exactly is our plan with this? I mean, I do want to, you know, notify the family, but how do we deal with the whole ship situation?
Okay, so what? It's not like we can just hide the ship. Like if they see it, we gotta get on that rebrand ASAP.
Yes, yes, yes.
So here's where we really need to decide: are we gonna tell the whole truth? Because I can see a worst case scenario where we end up prosecuted or investigated as suspects.
Yes. I feel like we should be honest in that our ship went down. I mean, I do not know if this is confirmed, but I would like to say to the family that he gave his life to save us with the whale charm. I'm assuming it was him.
Yeah, we should go with that.
You know, I don't know what to say about the ship. I guess we can say we managed to hobble it back here. Um, yeah, that's where I'm not sure what to say to the family, because if we say, yeah, we have the ship here, we're planning to crew it, they might not like that.
Yeah, I can see that. And in the scheme of tact, I think we should leave Aldrich behind.
Yes, he does seem very blunt.
Personally, I don't even think we should talk to him. Saves us the trouble. I'm gonna let you guys sort that out.
Damn.
Well, I feel like we need to talk to them for our own safety.
Yes, because if we leave it too long and maybe somebody probably already has recognized the ship, and we're just flying around with it, might be in trouble.
Yeah. What are we bringing to the negotiation table here? We're really just at the mercy of his family, as opposed, or in terms of what we can do with the ship.
What if now this may be, I don't know if this would win them over, but we could say that since we were part of his crew and he decided to save us, could we say that maybe it was his wishes for us to continue crewing his ship? I don't know if that
Well,
is...
it seems to me, based on his actions during that day,
Mhm.
that what was most important to him during his final moments was that the ship and the crew continue on.
That is true.
Does that seem like a fair appraisal?
I think so, yes.
Okay, so I don't have to feel bad or guilty about how I'm framing this because it's kind of true, right? Please give me some reassurance.
I do feel like it is true. I do feel like it is true. Maybe we are both lied to ourselves, but
Yeah. Okay. Well, with a clean conscience, I think we can head his way, his family's way.
yeah, let's do that.
All right. So after ironing out the series of events amongst yourselves, head northward through the city. Watching people go about their morning business. People sitting out underneath the large umbrellas of open cafes, of people moving carts full of sheep to market. You actually do see a couple of children playing in the streets here in Corsinest. A little bit of a rare sight that you don't think about too much until you actually see it. But you do hear the laughter of children as you continue on your journey.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, passing by the shoppers and street folk, past the children, past the beggars, past everybody, past the egret, you do kind of make it to the outskirts of the town, where you do see various fields and farms open up towards the endless sky. You see the large pastures filled to the brim with white and multicolored sheep. You see large fields full of gilded grain that are constantly being harvested and taken to markets. And following the instructions you were given, you eventually find yourselves on the porch of a pretty large ranch house overseeing about 200 acres out behind it of grassland that you see large amounts of sheep currently grazing on. The house itself is fully made of wood with some nice architecture, some different kind of swirls and loops here holding it aloft, pretty artfully crafted. And the whole thing, at least as far as you can tell, does seem a little bit posh. This is somebody who could afford a fully wooden house. It is definitely somebody who owns all those sheep out in the field.
This is quite intimidating.
Yeah, I suppose we're sure that we found the right place.
Yes, that is true. His personality fits this place, I guess.
I can picture him now.
I Preston joke.
Okay, that's enough jokes.
Yes. Yes.
So let's put on our
Yeah.
our solemn face.
Indeed. If
We'll,
is there any like no, you know what? Never mind. We'll just keep going towards the house.
There is like a bell on a string on the front porch.
Shall ding-a-ling-ling.
Sure, you grab it and rattle it, and there's a shrill dinging going on through the front porch.
Take my hat
You
off.
hear some stomping from inside, and it takes a few moments, but the door swings open, and you come face to face with a man, a little bit with a hunched back, but just barely withered with age. A brilliant velvet vest over a white button-up shirt, slicked back hair, not too different from Preston's himself, but instead peppered and whitened with age, as well as a steely, cold glare that looks through a pair of bifocals at the two of you.
I'm
I
gonna
said I
engage.
wasn't talking to any more reporters about the incident. Good day.
Please,
Door shuts.
can I ring the bell again?
You can.
Yeah.
It opens. What do you want?
Listen, we are not reporters about the incident.
We're the crew.
Yes, we were. This is kind of awkward. We were aboard the ship that your relative Preston Chilwook was aboard when the ship went down.
Go ahead and roll me persuasion as he squints his eyes at you.
Alright. 20. Oh god.
You see, he kind of grinds his teeth a little bit as he tries to judge your character.
I'm gonna
As you
engage his
continue-
puppy dog eyes.
Sure. As you continue trying to explain yourself, you hear a softer voice coming from inside. Darling, dear, who is it? Yeah, just a couple of reporters thinking they're being shifty. Dear, just let them inside. And you hear, you see appearing behind the man a bit of a taller lady, at least with a straighter back, also wearing a pretty deep maroon dress, a full dress with what looks to be a almost like a mourning veil on her head, but another human with blonde hair that flows down her back. Please, why don't you come inside?
Yes, thank you very much.
Of course. I'm sorry for my husband. He's been a little bit touchy since everything.
Yes, I would imagine.
With good reason. But begrudgingly, he steps aside as you are guided into the guest room by Mama Chilwook, who leads you to a very plush sofa inside of the living room, where there is a fully wooden coffee table. The room itself is pretty high ceilinged. On the walls near the ceiling, you see various murals of sheep, shepherds, and other sort of classical interpretations of legends regarding those professions. Um, the room itself is a little bit empty. Outside of various pieces of musical equipment and paintings, there is not too much. You do see in the middle of the room there is a large fire pit against the back wall up to the chimney. And on the mantle, you see that there looks to be a small wooden toy ship and a empty holder for something. Looks like two prongs that held something above the mantle.
That's
Oh no!
oh no.
But yeah, you sit down, and Mr. Chilwook immediately sits down in a chair facing you, his arms crossed, kind of looking at both of you very intently, and refuses to say a word until eventually his wife comes back with a tray of tea that she sets down. You see that there's 3 cups.
Is this their son? I don't know.
But yeah, she takes one and then sits down, a little bit more amiable than the father. Why don't you just what were you saying before?
Kai, do you want to go?
Sure. So we came here with nothing real tangible to offer other than our condolences, of course, but we also wanted to provide you with some closure about this tragic incident, if you'd be willing to listen.
As far as we're aware, and she kind of glances back at the father, who looks like he's having none of this. As far as we're aware, we received word that his ship, I suppose you could call it that, went down a few miles north of here. They say that something knocked them out of the sky.
That's right. It was actually on the very same day that we met. My friend Luca and I, as well as Mr. Chilwook. He recruited us to go hunt a whale that was passing overhead, and we succeeded in taking down the whale, but something bigger than the whale hit our ship. It seemed organic. It's not like a mountain just came out of nowhere, but it hit us hard, and we crashed hard. About, I don't remember how far away from Copperworth, but it was closer to Copperworth than to Corsinest. And as we gathered our bearings after the crash, we noticed that Mr. Chilwook himself did not make it.
But all of you did, huh?
If I may offer an answer to that, I believe your son, is that correct?
Yes.
I take out the broken kind of whale trinket that I found in my pocket. I believe your son put this in my pocket at the final moments of the crash, which I guess Lord will save us. Protected the rest of us, but did not save himself. I do not know why he did it, but this is all I can offer as an answer.
As you go ahead and you palm open, show the cracked and shattered pieces of the whalebone trinket, you see Mr. Chilwook's eyes kind of open a little bit wider as his face starts to get tinted a deep red. 1 second later, and he stands up, snatching the pieces from your hand. Fantasies and recklessness, and immediately storms out of the room, slamming the door behind them. In the wake of that, Mama Chilwook kind of takes a moment, hearing his stomping footsteps going down the hall, before softly, getting up and stepping over to the mantle while she picks up the small wooden boat before sitting down. I'm sorry, for what it's worth, I believe your store, you see, Preston wanted so desperately to be a captain, but I didn't think it would ever happen. The father was against the idea.
Well,
I'm
for
gonna,
oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
go
have tears welling up.
ahead. Yeah, feels bad.
Uh,
For the short time we were with him, he was a great captain. I do believe if the incident hadn't happened, he would have been quite successful as a whaler.
Yeah, what a marvelous man to bring an entire crew of strangers on, inexperienced whalers, and
And take down the whale.
instill in them the motivation to keep going.
She smiles very softly as you say that, turning the wooden boat over in her hands. I appreciate you saying that. I don't know if I believe you, but he did want so desperately for that to be his goal. It was hard, you know. Father, he wanted him to pick up after him and take over the shepherding and all that, but he just had that goal in his heart. We didn't even know he bought the ship until he told us.
That sounds about like him, from what I know.
Same.
Indeed, he did like to follow his dreams.
Well, he showed us our dreams,
Yes.
and I didn't realize how much I would enjoy whaling, and I never would have gotten the opportunity if someone as generous as him hadn't rolled into the tavern that evening. I'm sure Luca here can say the same.
Yes. No. Absolutely. I mean, I believe my whole life has changed from it.
I'm gonna like lean into like toward Mama Chilwook, be like, I know it's a lot of us to ask, but Preston showed us how to be whalers in the short time that we knew him, and we've already started crafting our new life as a crew together. When we crashed, the ship was in disrepair, but being our lifeline and the only way we could transport ourselves, we decided to repair it and bring it back.
She nods, kind of understanding what you're saying.
Sorry, I had to talk to my sister real quick. The ship was in disrepair, and the only way we could make it back to civilization was to repair it. So what I'm trying to tell you is, at the docks right now is the Sawtooth. About, it's seen some better days, but we wanted to ask your permission to continue using Preston's ship. We feel like it would make him proud.
She kind of contemplates your word, turning over the crafted wooden toy in her hands as she kind of pauses and contemplates, looks at the two of you.
Puppy dog eyes.
Okay.
Perhaps we could settle on a fee or some installments. Maybe we pay a percentage of every catch we make until the ship's paid off.
She shakes her head as you bring up any sort of compensation. We don't. That's quite all right. I don't think we're too concerned about the ship. I don't mind too much personally, but I know it might mean a lot to Daryl if he had something to remember him by. I don't suppose he had anything on him.
Damn it.
Luca? I actually need to help my sister bring in some groceries real quick. I'm sorry.
Yep. God damn it. Weight on my shoulders here.
You see Kai start to take a very long sip of his tea.
um, your son's body was in very bad shape. We could bring, if that would be okay with you, we could bring you to where we buried him out in the plains. But if your family would like it, we could bring you to where we buried him. I roughly remember where it was. If you would like, um, you know, to recover his remains. We did not, we did not, pick through his body or anything like that. If that's what you meant, left him how he was.
She kind of it's some harsh words to take in as she kind of thinks about what you're saying. But eventually she kind of I'll have to think on that one. You said you buried him out in the wilderness. I guess he would have liked that.
Yes.
Sure, that's a fine thing. She trails off a little bit. No, that's all right. I'd like you to have this though. And she sets the wooden ship gingerly on the table. It was his favorite when he was a child. Father didn't really like it, but I bought it for him on his 5th birthday. I think it would only make him angry if it continued to hang around.
This is quite heavy. Thank you. The ship will always be aboard the Sawtooth.
I'm sure Preston would have liked that.
Yes. Yes. For the short time I knew him, he left quite a mark on me. And the token he gave me, which saved my life, that is a life debt. And I do not know whether you believe me or not. Just know that your son made a very brave act in the end, and I appreciate that.
She gives you a motherly smile. It's small and there's pain behind it, but it is there. And she kind of stands up and sets a hand on your shoulder, kind of looking at you. I'll make sure that Father, that Daryl calms down. He shouldn't do anything too harsh, but he's a little bit up in arms about the whole thing. But you shouldn't have to worry about anything. Thank you for coming by and talking to us.
Yes, it's the least we could do. And I, grabbing the toy, and I'll just kind of nudge Kai. We should.
Kai finishes his tea.
I am done sipping.
We should probably get going.
Okay, yeah, I just zoned out there for a sec.
Yes, I'm sure. But thank you for inviting us into your home. We should be going now.
Of course. And she stands off, holding the door for you on the front porch. I know Daryl seemed pretty upset, but I know he also appreciates you stopping by. Thank you.
Yes.
Anytime. Wait.
Closes the door.
Do not say anytime.
Yeah, as you have delivered the news of Preston Chilwook's untimely death. And that is where we will end today's episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Nice, relaxed episode. Delivering the news of death of a loved one, never easy.
I'm glad you didn't mention the sword.
Listen,
I heard you laugh. I heard you fucking laugh.
Dude, I out of character, Luca wants to return that sword so badly. He feels so
Hey,
bad.
so does Kai.
He feels so bad.
You You will thoroughly piss off Aldrich. He will be so upset at that sword's return.
Oh no, I don't know.
This is where the morals clash.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh, what? That's so nice.
But yes, thank you one and all for joining us for another episode of BOLARIUS as we venture forward into the great beyond.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah!